Hello, my goblin family, and welcome to the chaos. My kittens are already tearing around the room, so that's super fun. So if you hear background noises, you can blame August and Wednesday. I do, it's cathartic. So last time on the stream, we finished stitching Eevee. We also finished the back of 3 other Pokemon hoops. We finished Charmeleon, we finished Mewtwo, and we finished Shelder. And we got started on Umbreon. So that is where we're starting tonight. I do still have a little bit more of the black out. That's the chaos I was talking about. We have a little bit more of the black outlining to do, especially like down here around like these back legs. And then we will be able to start moving on to some other colors and opening the poll for you guys to vote and tell me what color I should be stitching next, because I don't like making decisions. It's stressful. And I make enough decisions during the rest of my day. So I'm ready to not make decisions and just stitch for a few hours. So that's what we're gonna do. But if you are in the comments or anything and you have any questions about cross stitching, how to cross stitch, different techniques, what I particularly do or like doing, or my preferences about cross stitching and things like that, feel free to drop things in the comments. I love helping out and answering questions about that kind of stuff. It makes me super happy to be able to help people out on their stitching dreams. Okay, so we are going to start there. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's where we're going to be starting here. Should be even with that. And that's not even with that. That's supposed to be even with that. Did I mess up somewhere? Did I mess up my counting just now? I absolutely did. I put it on the wrong side. Okay, that's an easy fix. Luckily, we caught it before we got too far. We just need to start one more over. Not a big deal. This is on the line. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1. There we go. So now we should line up there. Perfect. Glad I double checked that. Hello, Vex. Hi, Lumi. How are y'all doing? Clover is so adamant that August needs to play with her. It sounds so aggressive. I promise she's being gentle. He literally just rolls over onto his back and just like paws at the air because he doesn't even know what to do. But he refuses to run away. So, waiting for D&D time. Exciting. Good, I just came back from bowling. Ooh, super fun. Aside from taking my kiddos to the library yesterday, I pretty much haven't left the house in like a week. So yesterday, like on Sunday, I once again dressed up in like cottagecore cuteness because I needed to. And today I was like, I should probably, dress up because I'm streaming. And then I decided no, I was not going to do that. Not because I don't want to, but because I just didn't have the energy to put into making decisions about clothes. What you making? I am working on an Umbreon cross stitch. So like that's its face, and it like its ears are gonna come up, and these are like its front paws, and I'm working on one of the back paws, and then that's like its tail over here. Hello, Love Maddie, how are you doing? You sound so aggressive and angry. What do you mean? Sassy. Excuse me. Get away from their litter box, miss. That's not for you. You're a dog. You go outside for that. Oh, hey, we don't need to actually bark. He is literally just full splayed out on the ground. Does not have a care in the world that the dog is like, hey, play with me. He just... Okay, you need to stop barking. That is really, really loud on my ears. All done with that. Can you go lay down, please? And like, calm yourself? Yeah, I know she's being loud, August. She won't listen to me. Hi. What? She is following me and nuzzling my arm. What? No, you cannot be on my lap. No, we've tried that before. I almost poked you with a needle. It was not a good time for anyone. No. I know you're very cute, but you don't get to be on my lap when I'm cross-stitching. I'm starting to think I'm gonna have to get a second like chair or like a love seat somehow over here so that she can be next to me when I'm doing this. Unfortunately, this space is not conducive to that at all. Yes, August, I know she's being so needy right now. I know. I know. Oh, did you find a new toy? I know. You're trying to figure out how you can play with it. It's very exciting. Oh my gosh. These cats. And my dog. We had another storm today, tornado sirens as well. Oof. Is that why it's been so hot where I'm at? I feel like every time it gets warm here, like unseasonally, like, to be fair, I've only lived here for 3 months, so I don't understand the weather patterns quite yet. However, I feel like every time that it's been warm here, you guys have been getting like tornado warnings and stuff like that. Because like it was 90 degrees in Maryland today. Like it has no business being that warm here at this time of the season. It should be like 60 tops. But a week ago, a few days ago, something like that, whenever you guys got the tornado warnings like a few days ago, it was like 75 here. So I'm starting to think that when it's warm here, it's causing some weird weather patterns or like has something to do with weird weather that other people are getting too. But yeah. 90 degrees today. I'm actually really happy that my craft space is downstairs. Like in January, I was like, this is really, really cold down here, and I had to like bundle up. But with it being 90 degrees, the upstairs is kind of unbearable, and I made the mistake of using the oven for dinner, which like our kitchen's upstairs. So like this is technically the first floor, but it kind of is more of a basement. You don't enter the house on this floor. You enter the house in between the first story and the second story. And so the entire upstairs is basically like our living area and everything. But yeah, it was just entirely too hot up there today, and then I cooked in the oven on top of it, so now it's just really, really hot up there, and I don't know how to work the air conditioner yet because we haven't had to use it yet since we moved in, but it's just really hot upstairs, and my partner's out of town on business for like another day or two. He'll be home soon, and he'll know how to make the stuff work that I can't figure out. It's like a really old school one. Can I have the scissors, please? Thank you. Oh, my finger. Alright, we need some more thread because I split this down to 2 strands. Pull off 2 strands. There we go. But they want to try again. The 987th try in the lab while cross stitching is the one that works. I have been able to make it work sometimes in the past, like occasionally, but if I'm streaming, it really doesn't work well because I just have like, I know you guys can't see like my full setup, but I have like multiple cameras and like all kinds of cords and like monitors and like just like it's just a lot. So like if you're on Twitch, you can kind of see where I'm motioning, but like I have my laptop and then I have the camera that's like for my face, and then I have my other screen that I can actually like see any comments and like things like that you guys do. And then I have the overhead cam for Twitch, which is like here, like in my face. And then like my actual thing. I have my pattern here on my lap, and then I have my phone over here for TikTok with another boom arm going off that way. And there's just like cords everywhere. Oh, and then I have the light stand so that like if I turn this light off, like my ring light off, I look dead. Like because the lighting is behind me and the lighting over there is crap. So like unfortunately I have to turn the ring light on or you can't see me. So it's just I have a hair touching me. Why is it touching me? Don't get off me, please. Thank you. And so it's just like a lot. So like to have her like also nestled in my lap, like it's just not gonna work. Like I take up all of the lap space right now. This is already in my lap. Like I can't do anymore. Could be I'm in central Kentucky. Yeah, so it sounds like we're probably getting whatever the weather pattern is that's happening right now. It sounds like we're probably at like opposite ends of it or something like that. It was 86 before the storm, but it's been nicer the last 3 days. I'm glad it's been nice. Is that Umbreon? Yes, it is. And thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate you. Okay, we're caught up on comments. We're good. Alright, here we go. Some more stitching. Okay, we're like getting really close to being done with the black, and then we can do some other colors. Because the black part is boring. So we get it out of the way first, plus it gives us like a really nice little outline so we can kind of see where the other colors fit together a little bit easier. Gives us something to jump off of. Too hot in general, not just for April. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm from Southern California, so like it being this hot in April is not unheard of. A few years ago, we legitimately went to the beach on Thanksgiving because it was like 75, 80 degrees outside. And we were like, we're just gonna go down to the beach. And that was, you know, end of November, which is just... It's supposed to be crisp and cold in November. And I've actually never really... My kids have like, we homeschool, and so they have like these plastic, like placemats that they put on the table because the table that they work on is like really, really bumpy and like you can't really write on it. So they put these plastic placemats down to do their schoolwork on, and the cats have knocked the placemats onto the floor and are now like running and sliding across them like they're water slides or like toboggans. Like they're sledding across the floor on these plastic placemats, and it's ridiculous, but I love them so much. Why are they so cute? Oh no, the rain has returned. I'm sorry. I kind of wish it would rain here right now. Like, I know, like, we've gotten plenty of rain, or at least I think it's plenty of rain, because I'm from California, so I'm not used to, like, any rain ever. But, like, it was just so hot today, I just wished it would, like, actually rain, so it would feel cooler, you know? I'm gonna have to get used to humidity, which I've never had to deal with before. There's a lot of weather that I just never really had to deal with before that now I'm like, I'm gonna have to deal, aren't I? And yes, I am. But that's okay. I have no regrets about leaving California. Aside from, like, missing my best friend, that's about it. Why? There are just hairs caught in my clothing. I've been shedding, and I don't like it. There's just hairs caught in my clothing, and they keep touching my arms, and I don't like it at all. Kelly's very expensive as well. That is a big part of why we left is we basically came to the conclusion that, like, no matter what, we were never, ever, ever going to be able to afford to buy a house in California, especially where we were living. We were living in Orange County, which is one of the most expensive counties in the entire country to live in. So, Clover, aggressive much. I know, he's chasing you. You said you wanted to play. Just because he's not playing the way you want to play, he is trying desperately to please you. And now you're hiding behind the table. If you spill my coffee, I'm not drinking coffee at 7:30 at night. I'm drinking tea. If you spill my tea, I'm going to be very sad. Okay. I do see that we have some redemptions. I am going to take care of those in just a second. Give me a second. These are my last couple stitches of black. And then we can move on to other colors and also stuff. So Rose redeemed finishing a Pokemon hoop. Rose, do you have a preference for what we are finishing up, or are you okay with me finishing up Eevee from last time? It's up to you. I'm gonna let you make that decision. We all layers call Orange County behind the orange curtain. I mean, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I was born and raised in Orange County, and, like, I grew up there, but, like, not in, like, a ritzy glam kind of way by any means. I was definitely one of the poor kids in school, and so I have moved further and further from the beach, you know, as an adult. I'm a Burbank girl. Yes. California people, you are my people. You understand what I'm talking about when I'm like, weather? What weather? I have heard, though, that y'all in California are getting some absolutely insane weather. And I just want to say, literally, every time I have left California, whether it is for a vacation or whether it was because I'm moving, because I've moved out of California before. I actually moved to Washington, and I lived in Washington for a few months, and then I moved back to California like 7 years ago. Every time I leave California, I swear to God, y'all get some of the craziest weather. I always fucking miss the crazy weather, and I'm starting to think that I might be controlling it a little bit, and so therefore I'm sorry. However, you needed some rain. I just don't think you needed quite that much dumped on you all at once. I think it probably would have been a lot healthier to get like a little bit here and there rather than just all of it. But what do I know? An evolution, please. Okay, so the only evolution I have left to finish stitching is the Eevee, or not finish stitching, but finish the back of the hoop of, is Eevee. All the rest of them are finished and up on the wall. So I can do that. I'm highlighting right now because once again, my toxic trait is not liking to highlight while I'm on streams. And then, so like when I'm like finishing up at the end of a stream with you guys, I'm always like, all right, I'm gonna like finish up highlighting, and then I'm gonna go to bed like as soon as I'm off. And then I forget to do the highlighting because I'm like, yes, bedtime. And then I hop on the next stream and I'm like, crap. I didn't do the highlighting last time and I have to, or else I don't know what I'm doing. So then at the beginning of every stream, I feel like I'm always highlighting. And I think I just need to accept that about myself now. It's just part of who I am. Forgetful. Built it into my brand, y'all. I'm forgetful. That's why I always tell you guys, like, if you need to message me about something, like, message me through my shop, because I see those, and it harasses me if I don't respond to people. So, I'm good about responding through there. Anywhere else, I probably won't see it. Okay. Mississippi is getting tornadoes every weekend. Yeah, like, seriously, crazy weather, you guys. Like, so much freaking crazy weather. Okay. Lap desk. So, oh my goodness. Cat came running, and I almost hit you in the face with the clipboard, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad you went skidding to a stop, and I also stopped. Before that can be a disaster of tiny proportions because you're a small cat. Okay, moving. Get out of the way. That's about as out of the way as that's gonna get. Okay, there's our Eevee. Okay, I am going to reheat this a little bit. Oh, jeez. Wednesday. Good lord, miss. Okay. She knocked over the whole gosh dang trash can. Now you do get to see my lap. Sorry. Wednesday. The trash can is not a launch pad for you to jump onto. It's not the intended purpose. These little bits of fluff all over the floor now. Fluffing cat. Okay. Okay. Gonna be okay. We got this. Eevee. What I was gonna say is, I wonder if Eevee will fit in a slightly smaller boot, and I don't know the answer to that question. We're gonna find out together. Move my water bottle before I knock that over into the teacup and just spiral out of control. Oh. I don't have too many hoops this time. I actually took stock of my hoops yesterday. I actually don't have enough. I have too many of some sizes and like way not enough of a lot of other sizes. Okay, so Eevee will actually fit in a little 4-inch hoop. We're gonna size Eevee down. I think this might be my last 4-inch hoop. The music did not turn up, so I'm thinking it might be your phone that malfunctioned. Because I haven't touched the knob on the music. Are our cats related? Probably not, unless your cat is a stray, or was a stray, from California. But if it's a chaos void, I mean, there's always a chance. I feel like all the chaos voids are related. And I definitely have a chaos void and her chaotic tuxedo twin. Which one is worse? I have no idea. None whatsoever. I don't know which of the chaos twins are worse. They're both equally chaotic in very different ways. My dog is not helping the situation right now. Okay, so confirmed. Eevee can absolutely fit into a 4-inch hoop. So, those of you who are using my new Eevee pattern, which by the way, I actually think I forgot to talk about this on the last live stream. The version 2 of My patterns is now live in all of the places. So whether you're on Etsy or whether you get your patterns through Patreon, version 2 of all my patterns is live, and I will be able to show you, once I get this one finished, why I like my version 2 patterns better. Sort of. Or at least I'll be able to explain my brain process and like show you a side by side of a version 1 and a version 2. Ta-da! That's all rehooped, centered enough for me. Good enough for government work. My doggo is, and kitty cat. That's the thing. I have a chaos tuxedo. I swear, what is it with the tuxedos and just like the voids are chaos at night. They want to become one with the night. Okay, so my process. So I took this out of its original hoop. I did rehoop it into a smaller size hoop because it does fit pretty nicely in this size hoop. I could have left it in the 5-inch hoop and it would have been totally fine, but I actually kind of like it in the 4-inch hoop, so I'm going to do that. So I made sure I rehooped it so it's nice and centered, and I made sure this is nice and tight. I cannot tighten that anymore, and it should, when you tap on it, hold on, it should sound like a drum, kind of, but the next step is I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to cut a circle that's about an inch or so out from the edge all the way around. So this does not have to be exact. You don't have to like draw a perfect circle. If it's a little bit wonky, that's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect, I promise. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip it over again. We're going to stay on the back, and I'm going to cut little notches down to from the edge of the fabric to the edge of the hoop, all the way around in about, I don't know, like 1 inch or so segments all the way around. So if you're working with a bigger hoop, you're going to want your little tabby, I call these tabs. You're going to want these little tabs to be longer. And if you're working with a smaller hoop, like this one's only a 4-inch hoop, so like 3 or 4-inch hoop, you're going to want your tabs to be a little bit smaller. And basically we're like sort of cutting little slices out of a piece of pie, or a piece of pizza, rather. I don't really like pizza. So I'm going to say pie. We're cutting out those pie slices all the way around. And then we're going to stitch it up like a little dumpling. At least that's what I think. It'll make sense. There we go. So now we're going to need, I can put these, oh my gosh, Chaos Twins tonight, I swear. Clover, you can't hide on my, oh God. Hi, August. This is my Chaos tuxedo. He needs to be the center of attention right now and knock everything over. Clover, I'm sorry, I can't rescue you from him when he's acting like this. He will just barrel me over. I know he's only like, I don't know, 6 or 7 pounds, but he is 6 or 7 pounds of pure wobbly chaos. He's a wobbly cat, but he's not, like, he doesn't have, like, a really severe case of it. He has a pretty mild case of wobbly cat syndrome. So he's just really, really clumsy. Is basically how that manifests. My Chaos Tuxedo's named Ethan. Very nice. Hello, Alaska. How you doing? One of my main aversions is pregnancy is pizza. I love pizza. It's horrible. You know what? Since having kids, tomato sauce, like tomato-based sauces, have like really not agreed with me. Kids do super funny stuff too. Your taste buds and even your DNA. So I've had like some weird stomach issues with it ever since then. So like I was never a super big fan of pizza to begin with, and then just since kids, I basically don't eat it. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this into a little dumpling. So we're gonna take our first tab up at the top and our second tab. I mean, you can literally start anywhere at any of these tabs. I just always start at the top. I don't know why, I just do. So we're gonna take our first tab and fold it down, and then we're gonna take our second tab and fold it down on top. And where the two tabs overlap right here, we are going to stitch through both layers and pull it nice and tight. So then we're gonna do this, then we're just gonna go all the way around doing that same thing over and over, going up through one layer and down through the next one, up and down, up and down, up and down, all the way around. So we're gonna fold tab 3 on top of tab 2, and this time I'm gonna stitch. And so the way they all kind of end up laying down on top of each other, I think starts to look like when you have like those little dumplings that are like pinched, like pleated and pinched all the way around. That's kind of what we're doing, except, wow, did I just like not cut there? I totally didn't. Okay, where are my scissors? I like missed a cut. There should be one there. I don't know. I've never had that happen before. So we're sort of pleating, except instead of folding, I make a cut and then lay them on top of each other. Because Ida cloth is so stiff of a fabric to work with, actually pleating it, I find, is pretty difficult and kind of a pain in the butt. You can do that. I just personally don't recommend it, and I don't want to go through that hassle. If you are cool with that, then go for it, if that works for you. That's kind of my entire philosophy on cross stitching is this is the way I do it. If a different way works for you, go for it. No shame. There's no one right or wrong way to do things. This is just how I do it. So it's the pizza sauce that gets me to pizza. Yes, exactly. So my partner is allergic to dairy. And so we ordered from Pizza Hut a cheeseless pizza, but I wanted the cheesy crust because it's like breadsticks but with cheese stuffed inside, and it's salty, and it doesn't have pasta, it doesn't have like the red sauce or anything on it. And so we ordered a cheesy crust pizza with no cheese on the actual pizza. And when he went to go pick it up, the guy was like, "This is the weirdest pizza that I have ever made. Like, I genuinely don't understand." And we thought this was a joke order and that nobody was going to actually come to pick it up. And so then my partner had to explain, like, well, I'm allergic to pizza, or I'm allergic to dairy, but I want pizza. But my partner doesn't like the red sauce, but she really likes the cheesy crust. So she's going to eat the cheesy crust and I'm going to eat the rest of the pizza. And then the guy was like, "That makes so much more sense. Thank you for telling me, because like we were tripping out on this pizza." I'm glad that we could be the magical cryptids that do just the weirdest shit for people. Like, can that just be my life? Can I just be the weird cryptid who just orders the most bizarre shit and trips people out at their place of work? Because I'm cool with that. Okay, so we've stitched all the way around. I did a couple extra stitches just because I do. And then we just tie up. And we just tie a little knot. You could tie it on the underside of this if you wanted to. I don't bother. I just tie it right on top. The other thing that you could do at this stage, because I know a lot of people get really self-conscious about what the back of their piece looks like, and like technically you can still see the back of this. So what you can do is you can take like a piece of felt and cut it in a circle and then like hot glue it onto here. and it completely encloses everything, and no one can see the back of your work anymore except you. And then it like also gives it like a nice polished, finished feel to it. So that is definitely like something you can do if you are self-conscious about the back of your piece. I don't bother to do that mostly because I make so many pieces. I don't want to bother with a hot glue gun and with felt and cutting and all of the things. So I literally just leave my pieces like this, and like, that's fine. It's just gonna go up on the wall on a little hook like that. But yeah, I want to frame all my cross stitch projects, but I'm so lazy to do that. Please send help. I had not hooped a single piece finished off a single piece in about 5 years. Until a few months ago when I started streaming to Twitch while I cross-stitch. So now that I'm streaming on Twitch, my viewers can redeem points to make me stop cross-stitching and finish an older piece. So that is what I'm doing right now. It is the only way that I have found to finish off pieces, because I have to actually like physically stop what I'm doing right then and there, finish off another piece for them, and then I get to go back to stitching. So before, how many pieces do I have up there right now? So before I started doing that, I only had 16 pieces hooped and finished off and hung up on my wall. Fuzzies in your ear, Eevee, why? I only had 16 pieces up on my wall, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I think we're like 44 total. So minus the 16 that I had already done before. I don't know. I finished almost 30 in the last 3 months since I've started doing this, because y'all keep making me finish them, which is good. I've been needing to finish them. Plus I finished the T-Rex piece, which is not on the wall because I need to give it to my child this weekend. Their birthday is on Monday. But yeah, so this is my tip, is get somebody else to hold you accountable to sitting down and finishing a piece, whatever that looks like for you. So for me, this is how I've been doing it, and now I literally sit with like all of the tools that I need to finish my pieces next to me, like right here on the floor as I'm streaming. That way when they redeem like, hey, you need to finish a piece, I have everything right here ready to go, and I can just do it. Eevee, you just have fuzzies everywhere, my dear. I'm gonna need tweezers or a lint roller, and I don't know where my lint roller went since we moved, but okay, Eevee's done. Yay! Okay, that's gonna go over there in the pile of ones that need to be hung up as soon as my partner gets back from his business trip. So I don't know where he put it. We've gotten so many weird orders, but everyone likes different things. Yeah, it's I'm here for the weird orders. I'm here. Hello, Attenshi. How you doing? My sister and I used to get half meat lovers and half vegetarian. I love it. I would make myself a breadstick with Alfredo sauce, pepperoni, banana peppers, so I get lonely and crying. Hello, and thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I hope you are no longer lonely and crying, because now you have friends. Hi. On my way to download Twitch. Yes, so the really cool thing, I do stream across Twitch and TikTok simultaneously during these lives. So there are pros and cons to watching me on either platform. So on Twitch, you get to cash in rewards points for things like making me drink water, pet treat time, and getting me to finish a hoop. But the downside is you do not get to participate in the polls to vote on which Pokemon I'm stitching next or what color I'm stitching next. So to participate in those, you have to be on TikTok. So that's kind of how I balance it out, because I know not everybody likes Twitch and not everybody likes TikTok. So I want there to be like some sort of good thing about whichever platform you're watching and following on. And I know there are a couple people who will like watch on Twitch, and then when I'm like, hey, we're gonna have a poll. They hop over to TikTok real quick to participate in the poll, and then they like jump right back over to Twitch to keep watching. So I think that's kind of funny, and that amuses me greatly. Oh, tea is life. Okay, with that said, we have finished up the Eevee redemption, and we had a couple more real quick. I do that. I know, Vex. You're one of the ones who does that as well. Okay, Michaelers, cheers. I remembered to fill up my water bottle today, so, you know. Yes, I know. You're next. You know that somebody redeemed a pet treat time. You already know. It was Michaela's. Look, she's already ready. She already knows it happened. That red thing on the floor, this is the plastic placemat thing that I was like talking about that the cats were like skateboarding across the floor on. Okay. That one. Clover, you gotta come over here. You're gonna run into the drawer. Okay. She knows. Oh, good lord! August! August, you sweet little bean! You... Ow! Ow! You have your nails... That's my ring! That's not a treat. I think he's nearsighted. Or farsighted? I think he's farsighted. I don't think he can see things that are close up. He has a real hard time. Like, the only toys he likes are ones that he can, like, hear skittering across the floor. And, like, once he gets close to them, he'll, like, if they stop moving, he'll, like, stop and, like, look around for them. So I don't think he has very good vision. But he literally just bit my ring thinking that it was a cat treat. Oh, you sweet little bean. You sweet, sweet little boy. I think... Now that you've successfully knocked everything over, sir, are you proud of yourself? He's like, yes, I got a treat. I'm so proud. I'm sorry I missed the last 2 streams. It's been a crazy week. Hope you've been doing good. That's okay, Chibi. It's been good. It's okay. If you miss streams, it's no pressure. Life happens. I understand. And also, if you want to like watch them after the fact, they are on Twitch for like a week or 2, and then I move them over to YouTube. So like if you ever want to go back and watch older ones, like you can do that. I don't quite know why you'd want to, but I mean, if you want to, the option is there. So what you missed was we finished up Eevee on the last stream, and we finished up the backs of a few more Pokemon hoops, and just now I finished up the back of Eevee. And now we're gonna keep going on Umbreon. Which means I have to open up the poll. I have a something. Oh, what is it? Brittany Cherie, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So, oh my goodness, the chaos. For sure. When I start my streams by saying like, welcome to the chaos, or like, I mean it. My entire life is chaos. I fly through life by the seat of my pants, making it up as I go. It's served me well so far. So, there's that. Cross-Stitch Weeb, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. And Sunflower Moon, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate you too. Tell the little human happy early birthday from TikTok friends. I will. Thank you guys. What is your Twitch name? My Twitch name is the same as it is here, except the O in alphabet soup, in the soup, is a 0 over on Twitch. And the link is also through my bio, so like you can find it through there as well. For those of you on TikTok, let me open up the poll. It's gonna take me a second. This is the first poll for this Pokemon, and so it always takes me a second to like get all the options set up. No, not the letter T. Why would you want to vote for the letter T? That doesn't make sense. I think there's 9. 7, 8. Sorry, this is like the longest part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Okay. So you have 2.5 minutes on the poll to vote for which color you would like me to stitch next. So we kind of have like a dark brown, some like chocolatey browns, kind of a gray color, and then sort of like a browny gray kind of, what would you call that? That's like coffee with a lot of milk in it. And then we have like a golden color, a yellow color, a pale yellow color, and an orange. So these are the colors for Umbreon. So in the poll, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's how I number it, bottom to top. I know that it probably doesn't make sense to anybody else, but that's the way I do it, because when I set this back down on the table, this is the one that's closest to me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Anyway. No problem. TikTok showed me the stream and I decided I like it here. Oh, I'm glad you like it here. Thanks for hanging out. I like having you here. Going feral over that holder. There's a link through my bio for like all of the stuff that I use, including this bobbin holder. I love it. I fell in love with it when I saw it on Etsy. I like lost my mind over it. I was like, this is the cutest damn thing. And like it has a like really, really strong magnet up here. To like hold your needle or whatever. I don't use it because I use my needle minder, but like it is a very strong magnet. But I love this for whenever I'm working on an active project, and like the length of it fits perfectly in my sewing box. So like even if I have it all loaded up, it like just boop fits in there. Oh, just so perfect. Makes me so happy. I literally look for your lives every day. Aw, thank you. Oh, this is your safe place? I'm so glad that I can be your safe place. I try really, really hard to make my space a safe place for people. And as far as like looking for my lives every day, I typically go live on Wednesdays and Sundays at 7:30 Eastern time. Occasionally, I will do like a bonus extra live. I did do an extra live on Twitch on Saturday because I was doing the community event. Everybody pitched in for me pretending to be a gamer for the night, so I did that, and I played some Stardew Valley, and only like 1 or 2 people came and hung out with me, but that's okay because it was still like a ton of fun. And I forgot how much I like Stardew Valley, and I was like, I need to play Stardew Valley more was my takeaway. All right, so our poll has ended, and the winner is number 9 with 44.44% of the vote. Oh my gosh, that's like, yes. Amazing. I'm a chaos crafter, and everything is currently packed, or everything is currently in a Ziploc gallon bag. Oh my gosh, that sounds so stressful, but also been there. That particular gallon bag is all of the floss that I used to use to make like friendship bracelets. So it's not like my nice DMC floss. It's just like generic brand whatever. But I use that to stitch up the backs of my pieces to finish them all off. So I'm not using like my nice DMC floss for that. Because it's all like off-brand and like random colors, and like nobody's gonna see the back of it anyway, so I don't care what color I use. But yeah, it's literally just like stuffed in a giant gallon Ziploc bag, and it all tangles up every single time I try to pull the color out. It's wonderful. Pink Lily, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. And Ronally, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you as well. You should check out Smallin. It's an awesome game. I don't play a lot of video games. There are definitely some on my list that like I want to try, but like I don't make a lot of time for it. Like honestly, I do a lot of cross stitching, and when I'm not cross stitching, I'm typically reading. Like I don't talk about it very much on my channel, and like I want to talk about it more, but I never know like how to make videos about it. Last year I read 46 books. This year my goal is 50. So far this year, I have already read 18 books. So I'm fairly confident that as long as I just like keep going, I'm gonna have no trouble hitting the goal of reading 50 books. I think I'm like 5 books ahead of schedule already. But yeah. I'm too stupid to play Stardew Valley. Every time I open it, makes me so broke. You are definitely not too stupid to play Stardew Valley. There is a lot to do in Stardew Valley, and I think, like, the big takeaway is there's no rush. So, like, pick whatever thing you want to do for, like, that day, and just focus on that. And, like, if it takes you, like, 7 years of in-game time to, like, get through the stuff, like, that's fine. There's no like right or wrong way to play that game, and I think that was like difficult for me to wrap my head around at first too. Is I was like, I have to meet all the people, I have to farm, I have to mine down all the levels, I have to do this, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, chill, it's fine, like, take your time going through it. There's so much to do in the game. Just pick whatever feels fun at the moment and just lean into that, honestly. Top Ring, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Good job. I can't even get through a book. I get halfway, then I lose concentration on the book. So the way that I do it is I try to read for 1 hour a night before bed. And I will often also read a little bit during the day. I do homeschool my kids, so while they are working on their worksheets or things like that where I'm not, like, actively giving instruction, I will either be on Discord with my friend, in my public Discord server, and, like, checking in over there if it's first thing in the morning, or I will just sit and read while they finish their work or whatever. So that's how I get through that many books a year. But I know that that's not feasible for everybody, but also, like, I know that for me personally, I have struggled for years, my entire life, with insomnia. And so for me, the best thing that I can do is for about an hour before bedtime, putting away my phone, putting away all of that kind of stuff, and just reading. It makes me tired. It makes me sleepy. But yeah. I've never heard of Stardew Valley until I came across a lady that's doing a huge cross stitch of it. That is actually something I want to make some patterns of, is some Stardew Valley patterns. But yeah, I haven't made any yet. So every month I make a bunch more Pokemon patterns, but I'm also making shiny patterns to have, like, unlockable for my patrons, which I think is going to be super exciting. I'm not quite there yet to, like, I'm not ready yet. I've got 8 out of, like, 44. I've made 44 Pokemon patterns so far. And I think I turned, like, 8 of them into shinies so far. So I need to keep working my way through that. But I do have plans for some Stardew Valley cross stitches. I have plans to make, like, some Pokeball patterns. I did start working on the gym badges, which are gonna be a pain in the butt for me. And it's also going to stretch your cross-stitching skills if all you have ever done is full crosses before. There are definitely going to be half stitches. There are definitely going to be 3/4 stitches. There's definitely going to be back stitching on the badges pieces, the Pokemon badges, because of the shapes of them and things like that. They just kind of have to be that way, at least for what I have in mind in the way I'm designing the patterns. So the nice thing about my cross-stitch patterns is no matter your skill level, I have patterns that will, like, teach you the basics and then start to grow your skills as you go. So I always recommend starting with one of the starter Pokemon as one of your first ones, because it's literally full cross. That's it. There's no color blending. There's no backstitching. Like, there's nothing fancy about it. And then I do have some Pokemon patterns that include color blending. So that's, like, just a baby step up. And then I'm working on this Pokemon badges. It's going to be a bookmark pattern, but you could definitely use it for other things. But, like, that's the goal, is for it to be, like, a bookmark. And that's going to include some other shapes of cross stitching. So instead of just full crosses, it's going to have some 3/4 crosses, and it's going to have some back stitching and some stuff like that. So growing your skills. It's going to be super fun. Aren't you excited? Her name is Leanna and she's here on TikTok. It's all the items, I think. Oh yes, I would love to do all the items. Who are we stitching again? We are working on Umbreon, but I just got another redemption to finish another Pokemon hoop. So I gotta push Umbreon out of the way. I need to remember to put my lap desk on my lap before I do this, because I don't know, I feel weird about you guys just like seeing my lap. I don't know why, like I shouldn't. Sweet Umbreon is one of my partner's favorite evolutions. Very nice. I'm sorry, I'm like, it's okay, Kaley, it's fine. Yay, orange. I missed because I was watching the D&D movie. I have heard very good things about it. Everybody I know that's seen it has said it was really, really good. So I'm probably gonna have to go see that. Probably gonna have to make that happen. Are you playing Stardew Valley again sometime? Sorry if you already said it, I just got to the stream. So it was a lot of fun to play that as like the Pretend to be a Gamer night. So if I do another Pretend to be a Gamer night, I'll probably do Stardew Valley again. I did not move the Stardew Valley stream over to YouTube. I don't know, like I could move it over to YouTube so that like you could watch the replay of it, but like I can't imagine anyone would want to like watch a replay of me playing Stardew Valley. Like, I don't know, that's me, I don't know. Okay, unicorn. What size hoop are we finishing off? Please remember that I think I'm out of 4-inch hoops. So we have 5, 6, and 7-inch hoops that you get to pick from. Don't do what I did and start with a pattern that had all the things in it. You start slow, work your way up. It's okay. We can build skills over time. Bulbasaur was a really good one to do. Bulbasaur is a great starter one. Like, I know it's a great starter Pokemon. I mean, but it's a really, really good one to start with because it's so small. And so like it really lets you get your feet wet without being overwhelmed. I think I can stitch up a Bulbasaur in like 4 hours. So like it's not like a huge time commitment like some bigger pieces. I've done 6 of Elle's Pokemon patterns this year so far. Oh my gosh, really? Have you done that many? Oh my gosh. I love all the patterns so far and have Gengar and Arcanine next on my list to do for friends. Very nice. Are you doing the version 2s of those? Because I would love to see those. You should do it. I just watched the video on demand on Twitch. Nice. Okay, we're gonna do a 5-inch hoop. Which means I need to pull out the folder. 5-inch Pokemon. Here we go. Okay, so these are the ones that... Do you sell the patterns? I absolutely do. They are available in my Etsy shop as well as through my Patreon. So on Etsy, they're $5 a piece. Through my Patreon, you can get access to Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and Pikachu, as well as 2 new Pokemon every single month. So the 4 of those always stay the same, but then you get 2 new ones every single month for $7. At the $12 tier, you get access to my entire Pokemon library. I currently have 44 Pokemon in it, and I'm soon going to be adding some shinies to that as well, if you like shiny Pokemon. And then at my $50 a month tier, I actually send you a physical kit in the mail every month with a brand new Pokemon for you to stitch, as well as you get access to the entire library. So that one is actually, I think it's a really good deal because you get all of the supplies. You don't have to go to the store and do anything. It just arrives ready to go for you. And you get access to all of the Pokemon that I've made. So I always promise to add at least 4 new Pokemon to the library every month. Last month I added 5. This month I added 8. I kind of went a little overboard. So, sorry not sorry, that happened. So, I like the 4-inch hoop patterns as quick stitches. They're great. The 4-inch and 5-inch are like my jam. That's my sweet spot. I love stitching the 4 and 5-inch Pokemon because they're small and compact, and I'm done so quick. Version 2 for both. Perfect. I'm excited. I need to get supplies from Michael's tomorrow so I can get started. My fox is taking a hot minute, but I will be throwing money at Elle's Pokemon when I finish icing my knee. I am doing the other fox pattern from Happy Little Mouse as well. I'm doing the one where it's the little fox nestled in like the little like leaves and mushrooms and stuff. And oh boy, it is so cute. It is so cute. I'm so happy. I actually posted a TikTok about it today where I like show off what I've done so far. Anyway, Unicorn. You need to tell me who we're finishing up. We've got Grimer, as you can see, as everybody has seen. We've got Rattata. We've got Mr. Mime, who I think is the creepiest thing on the planet, but that's just me. And we have Seadra, and we're like almost finished with all of these little 5-inch ones that I like made a long time ago. So what am I finishing up? And I'm gonna drink tea while you answer. Yeah, the silhouette fox, gorgeous. I love those silhouette ones so much. They're so pretty. I would love to be able to do the pattern of the month club. I'm still in college, so I don't have the cash yet when I work full-time training. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's okay if you can't do it right now. That's okay. Like, I recognize that, especially the different tiers and stuff, I try to offer tiers at different amounts, knowing that, like, not every tier is going to be right for every person. And, like, even so, I know that not everybody can like, do it, even at those levels. So, like, I get it. I definitely get it. I have a part-time job and 2 kids. I get not having a lot of money for extra stuff and whatnot. I finally get to start the blue tonight. Ooh, nice. Okay, Grimer. We're going to stitch a Grimer. Seadra. I know, Seadra's so cute. Such a cutie. Okay, so Unicorn said we're finishing up Grimer. I'm pretty sure this is going to have to be an E6000 piece because this is looking pretty tight to me. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of wiggle room around it. Nope, that's going to be a just barely fits in there. And so I'm going to show you the other way I finished backs when I did not leave myself enough fabric to stitch the back up like the other one that I did. Okay, so we're still going to try and center him as best we can. Aha! As I literally pick it up and shift it immediately. Okay, I'm gonna flip that over. There are better ways to do this. Actually, the rather than flipping it like this, I would actually recommend holding it up to the light. Like, if you can hold it up to a light source so you can see and make sure it's centered, that is a much better way to, like, make sure your hoop is centered than what I just did. But for the sake of I'm filming, I tend to do it this way, which is just not great. I don't recommend it. I really appreciate all the tiers you offer. It's awesome. I really do try. I fully recognize that, like, not everything is for everybody, and that's also why I do offer a lot of my patterns individually in the Etsy shop as well, because I know, like, a lot of people can't commit to, like, a monthly Patreon subscription, but they might go, oh, I really want to do this one, and it's my birthday, or it was Christmas, so I got a little money, and, like, you know, things like that. So like I said, I do try to have different options because I know that everybody's situation is a little bit different, and that's okay. Oh my gosh, like this, what the heck did I do and why? Why did I cut this fabric so gosh darn close? Like, that is like barely hanging on. The hoop finish total so far tonight. So this is already the second one that I'm finishing tonight, and I've only been live for an hour. So, but I am also running out of certain sizes of hoops. I do have an order in for more 4 and 5-inch hoops, so those should hopefully be arriving soon. So for today, I will not be able to finish any more 4-inch hoops because I literally don't have any more. And I think I only have one more 5-inch. I could be wrong. This might be my last 5-inch. I might be out. I don't know. I'll have to check. So we might be finishing 6 and 7-inch hoops the rest of the night if, open. There we go. Why am I opening this? I haven't even cut off the excess fabric. Okay. So, if you've never done this before, this is terrifying. What do you do with them when you finish? Do you sell them or do you use them to decorate? I personally use them to decorate. I do have some that are for sale, and some that I'm keeping just for me. So if you actually go over on my Twitch, you can see the wall behind me that I have like all decorated and covered with them. So I am in the process of remaking a whole bunch of them with newer versions of the patterns. And so all of the older versions of the patterns I am going to be selling off. So pretty much everything up on this wall and everything that's in these folders that you guys are picking out for me to like finish off and stuff, these are all the ones that are going to be sold. The new ones that I'm stitching, those I'm keeping. Unless you want to specifically commission me to make one for you. So it is a little bit of both. So it's a little bit of both. Okay, this is going to be terrifying. Make sure this is like nice and tight in here, that it's perfectly centered how you want it, because there is no going back once you do this. This is not my recommended way to finish off a hoop, but when you've done what I did and cut this way the heck too close, you don't have many options. So this is the one that I found works the best when you've made a silly mistake like this, like I used to do all the time, because this is definitely an older piece. I stitched this a long time ago, and yeah, mistakes were made. It's okay. You can fix it. I know that's terrifying. I know it's super scary. It's gonna be okay, I promise. Let's get all the junk off. Blah. Okay. Oh, they're amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It makes me really, really happy to just have like a whole freaking wall full of Pokemon. Okay. So, here we go. Take some E6000. We're gonna run it along the top of the fabric. This will help keep the fabric from fraying at the edges. And then I'm also gonna run the glue just on the inside edge of the fabric, between the fabric and the wood. And it's okay if you do kind of a thick globby layer. E6000 actually like will soak down into this as it starts to dry. Like hot glue will dry very, very three-dimensionally. E6000 won't. It will soak down into the Ida cloth and between the layers of the wood and everything. And this sucker will not go anywhere. Don't get this on your fingers. Please do this in a ventilated, well-ventilated area, or outside even if you can. And then you're gonna want to leave it to dry for about 24 hours to cure. If you are pregnant, don't use this stuff at all. It's nasty and smells terrible and is probably really, really bad for you. Hence, do it in a ventilated area. I'm going to try and get just a little down in there. I don't usually, but because this was so close on that edge, I'm going to do that. Okay. So, that is the E6000 method. That's literally it. My phone automatically deletes apps after 30 days, no use, and it undownloaded my Twitch. I'm so sorry. You can also go to twitch.tv/alphabetsoup, and that is soup with a 0 instead of an O, because somebody else had the other one. How dare. Okay, I'm gonna go put this in the bathroom so that my cats don't step on it, and so it doesn't get pet hair in the glue, and also because it stinks. And I can't put this in the box because the kitten's in the box. Freaking heck, kitten. Why do you insist on laying in that box lately? It's not your box. Okay, here we go. Oh god, it stinks. Okay. Now that Grimer is stinky and hidden in the bathroom, which I feel like is where you would find a grimer. Too soon? Anyway, we are going to continue stitching Umbreon. You know what? I'm just going to leave the lap desk on my lap. That will be easier. Okay. I have a military ball for my husband tomorrow. I'm very excited but a little nervous. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with my hair. Oh, that's exciting. I don't ever know what to do with my hair. So I have no suggestions for you. Excellent job, team. How much would you charge for a commission? I'm curious because I might want to do that. It very much depends on the size of the commission and the amount of time that it would take me to make. The materials for pieces, the cost for materials is actually not that different between a big and a small piece. The only difference really is it's like $1 for a bigger hoop, like $1 extra for a bigger hoop, and like a little bit more thread. I mean, it could be like a lot more thread depending on how big the piece is, but it's more about per hour how long it's going to take me to make it. So yeah, so that's why I say, like, if you would like the commission, shoot me a message through Etsy and I will look at the actual pattern for the one that you want to commission, and I will be able to give you a much better answer after looking at the pattern and seeing like how many stitches it is and how long it's going to take me to do that. So yeah. When are you starting the Mega Poke Tapestry? I have already started it. I have stitched Rattata and half of Pachirisu on that. And then I immediately set it to the side so that I could do the raccoon and fox pieces for my partner's birthday, which is next month. So I finished the raccoon piece. I am done with the outline, like the floral wreath thing around the fox on the fox piece, which I showed off in a TikTok earlier today, actually. So I just need to stitch the actual fox in the middle. And then I will be getting back to stitching the giant Pokemon tapestry more frequently and working on that a lot more. But we also have a community goal here on Twitch where you can contribute to that, where I will figure out a way to stream me working on the Mega Pokemon Tapestry so you guys can actually like see it in action. It is absolutely massive. And my partner like had to completely like fix my scroll frame so that it could even handle holding a piece that big. And he has more plans to like make my scroll frame like even cooler, and like I don't know, he has plans. I don't exactly know what they are. I'm a little scared, but also I trust him. So he's gonna like revamp my scroll frame over time and make it easier for me to use now that it's 5 feet long. Hi Milksop Boy, how you doing? I found it. Oh, hi! Hi Maddie, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. All right, and thank you Brooke Humphrey for the follow. I appreciate you too. Okay. So, on to our orange. Okay, so it looks like the orange is just in the eyes, actually. So, this is not going to be a soulless one. I'm sorry, Kaley. I know you really like them soulless babies. Kaley always wants me to have them be soulless until I'm done and give them the soul, like, right at the end. And i.e., what I mean, give them a soul, I mean, put their eyes on. So, those who were watching me stitch Eevee live the last couple weeks, Eevee had no eyeballs and was very creepy looking for quite a while. I kind of liked it. I like it that way. I know you do. I think it's funny. But they voted on orange, and orange is eyeballs on this one. So that's what this one's getting. The orange is very vibrant. It really is. It is a very violent orange. I'm not a big fan of orange. Like, I can kind of tolerate it in the fall. Like, I understand it. Get it. But orange is my least favorite color. I don't know why orange is my least favorite color, but it definitely is my least favorite color. I don't think I have a good reason for it either. It just now we're gonna have to live with it staring back at you until it's done. Yes, and judging me. It's gonna stare at me and judge me for what it looks like until I'm complete. That is the downside of putting the soul in first. Is if you put the soul in first, it will judge you incessantly. Especially when you're in the stage where you're like, this looks like garbage. Is this actually gonna come out right? Please just trust the process. And then you have to convince not only yourself, but the creature staring at you that it also needs to trust the process, and you're not going to leave it sitting there looking like hot garbage. Look at that. See? Judgment already. Already judging me. It's okay. Watching, I want to open a bottle of wine, grab something, stitch, and chill. I mean, as long as you are of legal age, I fully endorse that. I will not be imbibing wine. I will be imbibing tea, but that is mostly because I am the adult in charge of the small children until my partner gets back from the business trip. But yeah, a glass of wine and stitch is my idea of a good evening. And if I wasn't here with you guys, I would be watching Rachel Maxey videos while doing this. Because I'm pretty sure she's my spirit animal. I want so badly to be her friend. I want so badly to be her friend. I went to groom a couple of pups on Monday and came home with 3 different things of Ida-cloth, needle minder, Frisian pen, magnetic case for needles, and a scroll frame, new bag to pull cross-stitch stuff because my client also cross-stitches. Oh, she brought you all those things? That's amazing. That is so sweet. I love that. I love that. I'm doing good. Had to take my partner to the ER today, but he's okay now. We're just chilling. I'm glad he's okay. I hope it's like, it was like a little thing. I hope it wasn't like anything scary. I hate the ER. It's my nightmare. I hate hospitals and doctors. And yet I have to go to far too many of them. Actually, I'm really glad I'm getting this stupid thing. I don't think you can see it. I've been wearing a heart monitor for 2 weeks and I get to take it off tomorrow. I'm so excited to take it off. Yes, she makes so many cool things. She makes all the cool things. I just, so many cool things. I wish I had the patience to make all of the cool things that she makes, and I don't. Okay, that was legitimately all of the orange that there is in this pattern. That was it. So you guys get to vote again already. So, let me open that back up. It won't take me as long this time if I can do it right. Hold on. Dang it! What did I do? I hit a button. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay. So now you have 8 colors to choose from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got shades of brown, shades of, I don't know, gray, cream, whatever, and yellow. So, there you go. 1 through 8. He's on some medication, this is a good excuse. Out of school for me. Well, I mean, it's the best feeling you get to take the monitor off. I am very excited. It itches. underneath it so bad. And it's sticky. Like, the edge of it has, like, slipped a little bit, so it's, like, sticky. But I don't want to, like, use baby oil or anything to, like, get the sticky off, because I have to take it off tomorrow, and I'm worried it's gonna, like, come off early if I, like, mess with it too much. So I've just been, like, today's actually the first day that I've worn, like, a tank top, in, like, weeks. I've been wearing, like, t-shirts that fully cover it so that I don't touch it, and, like, it's just sensory. It's a lot. Actually, no, I take that back. I wore a tank top under my bodice the other day, and I had the same thing where I keep touching it and it's still sticky. I had one on for a month that left horrible rashes and they couldn't read any of the information. Oh my gosh! That is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. Luckily for me, they don't think it's my heart that's causing my problems, but they are having me wear the heart monitor just in case. For those of you that don't know, I've talked about this before. My younger kiddo was born with a congenital heart defect, and they're unsure which side of the family it came from. I was diagnosed with vertigo when I was like 16, and it's come out recently that it's actually probably not vertigo that I have. It's probably near syncope, which is like, syncope is fainting. So near syncope is like, I'm almost fainting. Basically, like, my vision goes black and I feel like I'm gonna fall over. But the difference between that and dizziness is I don't feel like the room is spinning. I literally just feel like all of the blood has drained out of my body and I'm about to pass out. So that's super fun. So they are checking on my heart just in case it's because of that, but it is likely a neurological disorder with me or linked to something neurological, because I do have several other neurological issues. So it wouldn't be a far jump to assume that this is also neurological based. So 4 and 6. Hold on. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so these are our colors that were voted on. And I need some ducky dice. For those of you that have never met the famed ducky dice of destiny, you are in for a treat. Let me retrieve them because I put them across the room like a silly person. That's not what I was going to say. That's what came out of my mouth. Ducky dice. I really need glasses that I can see things far away and close up, and not just things that are close up, because then I walk away from all of this and I can't see a gosh darn thing. All right, so I need my lap desk back. No, doggo, you can't come up here. Okay, here are our colors that were voted on. Here are our ducky dice. Where's our D20? Okay, so here's how it works. These are the ducky dice of destiny. They live in a bathtub because of course they do. My partner got these for me, I don't know, for Christmas or my birthday, I can't remember which. My birthday's like right after Christmas, so like it all just kind of muddles together. But anyway, these are the ducky dice of destiny. And what I do when we have a tie in the poll is I roll the ducky dice of destiny, and if it's an odd number, we do this one, and if it's an even number, we do this one, and we go from there. So here we go. Ducky dice! It's a 2. So evens are this one, so we're gonna put this one back where you came from. And those are the ducky dice of destiny. That's it. That's all there was to that. But everybody loves the ducky dice, especially me. I like legitimately, like when I first started doing the ducky dice, I was like, no one is gonna think these are cool except you freaking dork. And now everybody loves the ducky dice as much as I do, so that makes me incredibly happy. That I'm not the only one who loves the ducky dice. Okay, what color are we looking at? Okay, we are doing... Get off of my... I'm stuck to my finger. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Aren't they? I love that they have a little bathtub. Actually, that is something that I did not link to in that, like, here's a link to all the stuff I use. I did not link to the ducky dice, and I really, really should. I need to make myself a note, but I have a pencil, and I have a highlighter, and I have nothing else. That's okay. it right on the pattern. I can do that. I have the skills. Link to Jackie Dice. Invite. Here we go. Okay. I wrote myself a note. Will I see it and remember it? Probably not, but I tried. An attempt was made. My heart likes to beat backwards sometimes. That sounds like a problem. I had to wear the EEG for a week-long seizure study. I wanted to rip all my hair out because it was so itchy. I might have to do that, and I really don't want to. I have to go in for another sleep-deprived EEG. Not looking forward to that. That sucked the first time. But basically, I have a seizure disorder, and when I was in California, they just said, oh, it's just a generic brand of seizure disorder. You have the Wish brand. You have Wish epilepsy. You don't actually have epilepsy. You just have, like, generic seizure disorder. Here, have some medicine and go away. And I was like, cool, I guess, because I didn't know any better. And then I get here to Maryland, and hold on, I have to count for a second, and my brain stops. 1, 2, 3. You know what? We're just gonna from this square, right? Yeah, from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I do that right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. I'm not insane. Anyway, so then I get here and my new neurologist is like, excuse me, you've had multiple seizures. Why did they diagnose you with just a generic seizure disorder and not with epilepsy? If you have more than one, you have epilepsy. And I was like, I don't know. Talk to them. And he was like, well, I trained under the guy who wrote the guidelines for diagnosing seizure disorders, so I want them to send me all of their files and information on you. I want to run all new panels on you. I want you to do a new EEG. I want you to do a new MRI. I want all new workup. So now I get to do all of it all over again because this new doctor is like, you know, whatever. He wants an all new workup, so I jump through the hoops. I just do the things that they tell me to do. That being said, like I said, they don't think that it's a heart disorder. They're pretty sure it's neurological, since, you know, seizures and essential tremors and, I don't know, other neurological bull crap. But in the meantime, I just get to go to the doctor a lot and have lots of tests run, and I don't like any of it. Okay. From this point on your eyeball, we have 2 blank spaces, and then we have a yellow one right between your eyes. I don't know why I'm talking like Dr. Doofenshmirtz or whatever the hell his name is. Perry the Platypus. I never even watched Perry the Platypus. I'm like 2 years too old for that to have like been a thing for me. Anyone younger than me watched it. I hate the doctor too. I really, really hate the doctor. I have been to so many specialists so far since I moved to Maryland, and I have so many more doctor's appointments. I was supposed to have my MRI done this week, actually, and then my partner had to go out of town. And I was supposed to have my EEG done this week as well, and my partner had to go out of town, so I had to, like, reschedule all of those. So, it's just, like, a stitch or two here and there of this color. It's, like, not a whole lot of it, but that's okay. We're just gonna bop around and do it. Okay, up here. Did you jump through there? Get out of there! Stop it! My brain is funny for sure. The week-long study was the worst of it for sure. Got diagnosed with non-epileptic seizure disorder, and more people that see, that's what they diagnosed me with. It's non-epileptic seizure disorder. But I've had more than one seizure, so they were like, "Yep, you should have a seizure disorder." I'm like, I genuinely don't understand. So I'm gonna stay out of it. You tell me what test you want to run. I'm over this. Peace out. I just take the meds they tell me to take and hope I don't have any more seizures, because that sucked. Yeah, the first neurologist that I went to go see after my second seizure, pretty sure he just thought I was faking it. But he was like, "You didn't lose consciousness, therefore it's not a seizure." And I was like, I hear you, except I've had one before. And I did lose consciousness the first time. And I'm pretty sure this was a seizure. And the second neurologist was like, "I don't know, it seems weird that you didn't lose your vision. Maybe it was something else. Let's run some tests." And then she talked to my partner who witnessed the seizure. And he was like, "Yeah, I was talking to her the whole time." And I was like, "Wait a minute, you weren't talking to me when I was having my seizure." And he was like, "Yeah, I definitely was talking to you the entire time. I did not stop talking the entire time." And I was like, I definitely didn't hear that." And she was like, "So basically, even though I didn't lose my vision, I lost auditory awareness during the seizure." And so that was enough for them to be like, "Yeah, we definitely need to run some more tests and find out what's going on." And they found out that I have significant seizure activity in one of the hemispheres of my brain. I can't remember which one. I think it's the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, their quote: "Significant seizure activity in one hemisphere of my brain." I was like, that sounds not great. So yeah, I wasn't allowed to drive for a while they put me on some medicine and figured out what medicine was going to stop me from having any more seizures. So I've been medicated for the past 2 years to stop me from having more seizures. Yay. Low-key hate it, but whatever. It is what it is. I hope it won't get worse. It probably won't. As long as I take, as long as the medicine, is doing its job, it's, theoretically it shouldn't get worse as long as I continue taking it. If I try to stop taking the medicine or things like that, I could have reactionary seizures. As you come off of seizure medicine, you can have more seizures just because you're coming off of the medicine. And the third seizure I had actually was because of that. They originally put me on a different medicine and it didn't work for me. And so when I was coming off of it to be switched over to the medicine I'm on now, I had another seizure. So luckily it was a smaller one, but even still, yeah, basically I've got electrical impulses in my brain that shouldn't be happening. It's the long and short of it. But mine is in my left hemisphere. I think mine is in my left hemisphere as well. I could be wrong, but I think it is. I'm conscious while I have them, but I'm not in my right mind while it happens. I'm conscious when I have it, and that's why they said it was non-epileptic. Same. But it sounds like this new doctor is probably going to change my diagnosis. which I don't know what that means. I'm a little worried about that. But like the big thing is I'm getting care. So like that's the big important thing, is that I'm receiving care. First thing to pop up on my line, and even backwards I can tell my babe. Aw, very nice. Seizures are scary to witness. I have not actually witnessed somebody else having one, so like my only personal experience of them is having them myself. And let me tell you, being conscious during it and knowing what is happening and not being able to do anything about it is like just a whole other level of fucking terrifying. I am extremely emotional, like just before, during, and after. I'm a mess when I've had them. How I poked myself. Fudge monkeys. 10, 20, 30. And into there. And then we're gonna come out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where we're gonna be. Is that right? That's right. Okay. But yeah, like the pre-ictal phase, feeling it like coming in like these weird, like it almost feels like a wave, or like the tide is changing in my body. I don't really know how to explain it. And like I'm aware that it's coming. I'm aware that there's not a damn thing I can do to stop it. And then like it causes intense fear like before it happens. And then it happens, you can't do shit about it. I'm conscious, so I'm crying the entire time. I'm usually, you know, mumbling to myself like something. My brain is latched onto some sentence and is repeating it over and over and over. And then it slowly fades away in steps. And then I feel ucky and tired afterward. And yeah. Super fun. Like, psychiatrists have done a lot of research on autism, and 17% of people with autism suffer from seizure disorders because of being overstimulated as well. I am pretty sure that that is the reason for mine as well. I am autistic, and I'm pretty sure that mine happened from being overstimulated in some way. I also have a feeling that I may have had other seizures in my life where I didn't know that I had a seizure. Because I have like a few memories where like I know that I like blacked out or something like that like during it. So I have a feeling that like in hindsight I probably have had more seizures than I'm aware of, because nobody was around to tell me, hey, you just had a seizure. Cause that's super fun also. Because like I said, my first seizure, I did lose full consciousness. And so I think that the ones that I had when I was younger, I lost consciousness. And now, as I'm older, I'm having a different form of them where I'm not losing consciousness. Super weird. So if you guys are going through all that, it's stressful and scary. I mean, I'm medicated, so like, it's unlikely that I'm gonna have them unless I come off of the medication. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, everybody's got stuff, you know? Like, I guess that's the way I see it, is like, nobody gets out alive. So, like, we all have some sort of health problem or something. Like, nobody goes through life just being perfectly healthy all the time. And so I feel lucky that I'm able to get the care that I need in this country, given that most people don't or can't. Okay, that is it for that color. Again, just kind of some little polka dots here and there. She was out for an hour straight. That's really scary. That's too long for a seizure, and like she should go to the hospital if they are that long. That's dangerous in your brain. Okay, we're starting another pull for one of these 7 colors to stitch next. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We've got like a dark chocolate and a milk chocolate and another chocolate and a gray and a kind of creamy gray, tan, beige color. I don't know. A bright yellow and a light yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are your choices on TikTok to vote. My first seizure was at 2 years old. I was really tired for minutes, but doing much better with all the advancements in medication. That's super scary. That's super scary. When I had the first one that I'm aware of when I was 16, and my parents weren't there when I had it, and when the doctors were like, has she ever had seizures before, blah, 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 my parents were like, we don't know. And I'm like, how do you not know? How do you not remember? Like, were you not, like, a part of my childhood? I don't understand. Like, I've tried asking so many times about, like, my medical history, and, like, straight up the answer is just pretty consistently, like, I don't know. Like, I'm allergic to sulfa, which is a type of medicine. And it's, like, in other medicines and stuff. And they always ask, oh, what happens when you take it? And I have to tell them, I don't know. Because my mom said that I had it when I was a baby and had a bad reaction to it, but she can't remember what that bad reaction was. So I don't know. But I know that I can't take it. And, like, they always stare at me like I'm crazy. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say. Like, I wouldn't lie about that. I wouldn't be like, don't give me medicine unless, like, I believed that I'm actually allergic to it, but I was too young to know what happened, but I don't know what happens when I have it. Who knows? It'll be a surprise when I have it on accident someday, don't worry. This is my life. It's just weird medical stuff. I never present, whatever's wrong with me, I never present in, like, the classical, traditional presentation of it. It's super fun. Playing freaking bingo with medical doctors, trying to figure out what's wrong with me all the time. Oh, man. Okay. Number 4. We're going with this one. Okay. Here we go. Did I highlight? I did highlight. Okay. What color are we looking at? Symbol are we looking at? We're gonna run out of this. Do I have more of this? Hold on. This is gonna be a problem. I don't. Please tell me I have more of this color. Please? Oh god. Nope. Seriously? I've got 2 677s and a full bobbin full of it. Don't worry, y'all. I'm prepared. This is not the color I need. It's fine. It's fine. I will stitch as much as I can of this color, and when I run out, I'll go to the store. Not right now, though. I'm right there with you. Weird medical crap and stomach issues for 10 years, and the doctor said IBS, but nope, my gallbladder the whole time. And okay, I was diagnosed with IBS, and they keep having to check my gallbladder because every female in my family, until me, had to have their gallbladder removed in their 20s. I'm the first one to make it past age 30 with my gallbladder still intact, but I have had 3 separate echoes done on my gallbladder because it runs so strongly in my family. I legitimately do just have IBS at this point. I'm convinced. I lucked out and finally got some good genes from my dad's side of the family where the gallbladder's related. Anyway, Kaley, cheers, and cheers again. 2 cheerses. 1 and 2, my dear. All right. Okay. What are we doing, Umbreon? He knocks it on my foot. It hurts. It hurts. Okay. Okay. Michaelers. Okay. We have to pause to finish another Pokemon hoop. Michaelers is doing this to me. Nope, I did that the wrong way. Come off of there. Alright, you. You stay there. You can stay there. You can. Cat in a box. Hello, kitten. Boop. Okay, Michaelers. Are we... Hold on. Let me see what hoop sizes I have. I know I have 6s and 7s. What I don't know... 5... I think there's 6. I do have more 5s. Okay. I have 5, 6, and 7-inch hoops. So you may pick... Oh, hi, Wednesday. Hi, pretty girl. Wednesday came over to say hello, so you get cat face right in the camera. 5, 6, or 7-inch hoop. Okay, so we're going with 7-inch hoop. All of that for nothing. Is this a 7-inch hoop? It might be a 6-inch hoop. No, Wednesday, you may not get in. You may not get in the hoop drawer. Ah. Okay. This is. Here's the ruler. This is a 6. This is a 6-inch hoop. I need a bigger hoop. That's an 8-inch hoop. Are you a 7? You're a 7. You still have a tag on you. I love it when I leave the tags on and then I know what size we're getting into. Okay. Move you out of the way, Umbreon. This is a full chaos stream tonight, guys. I hope you appreciate that. Like, 5, 6, 7. I know my colors. Yes, I did color coordinate them. Okay. Here we go. What do we do? Chaos, woohoo. Okay. Not this one because it needs to be ironed very, very badly. Hey, get your nose out of there. Excuse me. Boop. Boopity boop. Okay. We've got Moltres. We've got Zapdos. We've got Fearow. Golbat. Nidoking. Kingler. Muck. Pidgeotto. And Weezing. So, Michaelers, what are we doing except for Gyarados? I really don't look at him. He needs to be ironed. Hello, Rita. How are you doing? Weezing. Okay, Michaela says Muck is cursed. Muck. Sorry. I can't say that on stream. I really want to, okay? I hate Muck with a passion. It's not even a logical... It's not even like a really logical hate. It's just because I had to stitch it twice because I messed it up so badly the first time. That's a me problem. I recognize that. Listen, I have toxic hate for an inanimate object for my own fault. How are you? How much have I missed? Were you here last time? I don't remember. Last time on our stream, we finished up Eevee. We finished the backs of Charmeleon, Mewtwo, and Shelder. And on this stream, we've stitched 2 colors of Umbreon, plus we finished the black. And we have finished up Eevee. And I put somebody in the bathroom. Who did I curse to the bathroom? Grimer. We cursed Grimer to the bathroom. So now we're going to be finishing up Weezing. I did! I finished Eevee. Eevee's so cute. Look. He's so cute. Oh! I was going to show you guys. Hold on. Okay, so we were talking about the difference between the version 1 of the Pokemon patterns that I made and then the version 2 of the Pokemon patterns that I made. Let me get Eevee off the wall. Okay. Oof. Okay. So, let me also get Leafeon, because I feel like Leafeon is a good example of what the heck I'm talking. Oh, and fuck. Sorry. See, I really did curse that time. Sorry. Cover the Virgin Eaters. I am a chaos being. I'm a chaos goblin. Okay, so I'm gonna show you version 1 first. So Eevee, this Eevee was my version 1 pattern. This is version 2 Eevee. The colors are more accurate to the original sprite, as is the size of it. This Eevee is too big, and like the proportions are just off. Like the eyes look a little funny, and like the shape of the ear is off, and like the shape of the like I feel like seeing them side by side, maybe you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about, where like it's like Uncanny Valley Eevee, just a little bit. Like it's not bad, but I just like this one better. And then on top of that, like these are some really yellowy, like it's hard to see on the camera. This is like an almost orange tone to it. It's like a peachy color. And Eevee is not peachy, it's cream. So I fixed the colors, I fixed the shape, and this particular one I did choose a different pose. Because I decided I liked the standing pose a little bit better than the sitting pose. But that brings me to some of the other evolutions. I should pull Flareon down here as well. So one of the things that I was trying to do was like, the smaller ones should be smaller and the bigger ones should be bigger, which is great and all, but if I go off of the actual sprites, it works so much better than me trying to eyeball it and then guess, because Sylveon is massive. Like, Sylveon is just way too big. Yes, this is the Eevee you get from Wish. This is also the Sylveon you get from Wish. It's just too big. It's like when you order a size medium off of Wish and it comes as a double XL and you're just like, this is not gonna fit me. I'm not sure why you thought it would. That is what happened with this Sylveon. That being said, Sylveon, I still have not introduced version 2 of Sylveon. So if you do buy Sylveon, Mimikyu, or Cinderace, basically anything Generation 6 or later, those are the only 3 patterns I've made, Gen 6 or later, I can't proportion them right because they changed the art style. And Generations 1 through 5, they're easily translatable to cross-stitch because of the way the pixel art was done. But these Gen 6 and later, they don't translate well, and I have tried desperately. So Sylveon's still going to be massive if you make it, but the rest of them are now going to be appropriately scaled and sized so that they look right. So these are both version 2, and the colors are closer to what the colors should be, and the scale and the proportion of them is correct and much better. So I know I was kind of going off about that a couple of times in like the lives of like, oh, I like the version 2 better, but like I couldn't explain it well until you see them side by side, and then you're just like, oh, it's like Uncanny Valley, it's just off by a little bit. I can't quite put my finger on like why. And if you see it on its own, it's never going to cross your mind that anything's wrong. It's only when you see them side by side that you're like, what's wrong with that Eevee? So this Eevee, Uncanny Valley Eevee, will be for sale. Because now I have proper Eevee. Don't come for me. It's gonna be okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna set these aside now. And we're gonna go back to pooping Weezing. Now that yes, it's the Wish brand Eevee is still super cute,
but like for me, it's like it's just barely off. And like I said, you can't put your finger on it until you see them side by side, and then you're just like, there's something wrong with that one. That one needs help. The pixelation of the older ones would translate clean. Yeah, exactly. So Gen 1 through 5, the pixelation translates fantastic. Gen 6 and later, they changed the art style. And I think it's Gen 8, they tried to go back to that like similar style, except that when they did it, one, they made them like way smaller. So like if you translate it, because I looked at it for Sylveon, all of a sudden Sylveon's only 30 stitches tall, and I'm like, that's not right. And then the other thing they did is, so like Gen 3 through 5, really. But Gen 3, 4, and 5, which is what I base these off of, they don't outline the entire thing in black. And all of a sudden in Gen 8, when they tried to go back to the pixelated art style, they outlined the entire thing in black. And so I think seeing those side by side, it would be really jarring because the art style changed. It doesn't look the same any longer. And so I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do about that. So I have thought about hiring a pixel artist to mimic Sylveon being in that art style, and also Mimikyu, because I really like Mimikyu too. And like maybe one or two others, but by and large, just not doing Gen 6 through 10 for the most part. But hiring an artist, again, like I have to trust that they're going to do it justice. And while there are plenty of examples of people who have turned later gens into like Gen 4, Gen 5 pixel art, like I could just do a Google search and make my design based off of one of those. But I'm not going to do that because that's super unethical, because somebody else has done the work for me. So I might reach out to somebody. Like if I do go for a pixel artist, I'm probably going to reach out to somebody who's already done it and be like, hey, can I pay you for the use of this design and translate it into a cross-stitch pattern? But I also don't know how much that would cost for me to do that. And I don't have a lot of funds lying around because I do this part-time. And to be honest, I really only make a couple $100 a month doing this. This isn't like a full-time gig by any means. So I would definitely want to make sure that I was paying somebody for their time and like paying somebody a fair rate. Because as an artist, I get it. And I'm not gonna, you're shedding, Weezing. Okay, so Weezing is again gonna be the E6000 method. So that's gonna happen. Sunflower, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So anyway, that's kind of why I'm at a standstill with Sylveon and Mimikyu specifically. And Cinderace, once Cinderace is not in my Etsy shop anymore because it's not gonna sell. Nobody's gonna buy Cinderace. It is still in the Patreon library. I am kind of debating taking it down because it doesn't vibe with the rest of them because, like I said, the sizing and proportions are off. And also because, like, I don't know anyone who's stitched it or has any actual interest in stitching it. So, aside from Sylveon and Mimikyu and possibly the starters from Scarlet and Violet, I don't know which ones I would actually like really want to commission a pixel artist to turn into pixel art for me to then take and turn into cross stitch art. So there's that. Oh my goodness, sir, you're just knocking stuff over. Freaking have a great night, Queen of Washletia? I don't know how to pronounce that. Good night, Queen. Have a great evening. I hope you sleep well.
So yeah. But yeah, Sprigatito, and I know a lot of people really, really like Fuecoco also. Sprigatito! Oh my goodness. I made a mistake with mine. So I went with Sprigatito for when I was playing through Violet. And my kids, there's glue everywhere. Okay. Okay, so I went with Sprigatito. And I was like, hee hee, it'd be funny if I named it Mary Jane. It'd be so silly, right? Because it was just me and my partner as I was sitting there playing it. And then a few days later, without thinking about it, my kids were like, hey, can we watch you play? And I was like, yeah, sure. Forgot that I had named Sprigatito Mary Jane. And so my kids now think its name is Mary Jane. And they were outside at our old apartment, not here. But they were playing Pokemon outside, running around between the apartments going, Mary Jane, I choose you! And like just yelling it at the top of their lungs. And I was just inside, mortified. Like, my neighbors are gonna call the cops. And I don't even know how to begin to explain this to anybody else, because I thought it was freaking hilarious, and my partner thought it was freaking hilarious, and my kids are clueless. They are so sweet and innocent. They had no idea, and I was just like, guys, you should call it by its name, Sprigatito. And they're like, yeah, but you nicknamed it Mary Jane. And I'm like, I did do that. Should I start a new game? Shit. So, that's maybe pass it off as being a big Spider-Man fan, right? Like, how can I make this okay? I can't. Luckily, we moved, and I don't have to deal with it anymore. Alrighty, I'm gonna go sequester Weezing in the bathroom with Grimer. I feel like they're gonna be great friends. And they can go stink together. Locked in the bathroom. Okay. Cool. Oh, I attacked the camera. I apologize for that. That happened. Okay. Umbreon, get back over here. Okay, keep working. I keep sitting on my foot and then regretting it, but that's where my foot wants to be. Okay, I'm gonna pull this a little closer to me. I'm gonna move these cameras a bit. There we go. All purple Pokemon tonight? Almost. I mean, I did do Eevee. Eevee's brown. But yeah, so far, the other ones have been purple. Alright. What am I doing with my life? Somebody trusted me with tiny humans. And, I have rewards to redeem. Thank you for reminding me, because I did forget this time. I feel the same way about Pikachu. I'm hoping pattern version 2 goes better for me. I will not let it win. My child pointed out that I think I made the version 2 pattern of Pikachu the female Pikachu because it has like the little heart-shaped tail. And I didn't realize that the male and female Pikachus had slightly different shaped tails until my 6-year-old pointed it out. So, there's that. Okay. We have a pet treat time. Oh, cameras. Cameras first. Dang it, dang it! They're attacking. They're already here. One of them anyway. Clover! Clover's first because she's an old lady. Ah, I'm being attacked by kittens. This is not how it's supposed to go. Hi. Stop eating my ring, you goblin! Oh my god, your pupils are so big! Ow! Sir, you are rude.
Okay, butt in the face. Seriously? Come on. I love you. You're the sweetest little girl. You don't know what is going on. Ever. Hi, Wednesday. You're just that's my finger. You just chomped on my finger. He thinks you got a treat because you pawed at me and bit my finger. Rat. All right. There we go. He's trying to help. Always. Always trying to help. Sir. Your help is unnecessary. I've got it. Got it covered. I'm like, I don't think so, Mama. I think you need a supervisor. I probably do, actually. Need a supervisor. He's not wrong. Okay. I don't even know where to begin with this color. You know what? We're going to start down on the toesies. Hi, Clover. No, I'm not giving you another one. She's over here begging for more. Okay, and Kaley, we've got a cheers, because I almost forgot that one too. No, cheers does not mean that for you. Hi, I know. Okay. The babies came in my lap. You need to come in my lap for just a second. Okay, just a minute. Okay, hi. Please don't lick my face. I know, you're so needy tonight. I love you. Ugh, don't lick my face. Please, you're breasting so bad. Oh, Lord, that was loud. Okay, down you go. That was right in my ear balls. Right in them. Yeah, I did my kiddos of that too. Okay, yeah. So I made a female Pikachu. Enjoy. The goblin babies have been trained. I literally can't say the word anymore because they know what it means and they come running and the babies jump in my lap and the doggo like claws at me and it's chaos. My life is chaos. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. I'll just end up with claw marks. It's okay. It's worth it. Their love is worth it. Your love is worth it, Clover. Now she's getting sassy. She's like, if there's no more treats, I'm going to make the baby play with me. Good luck with that, ma'am. Ma'am, he still doesn't know how to play with you. He cannot figure it out. It's too much for the 2 brain cells. Currently eating tortilla chips and sour cream. Believe it or not, I ate this before I got pregnant. It's just a little weird food. They're like, hey, tortilla chips and sour cream sounds delicious. I would totally eat that. Now I want tortilla chips and sour cream. Or really any snacky food. I'm just snacky in general right now. I did not eat dinner, so that's on me. Really, sir? Please don't eat that. That's not food, that's a painting. Yeah, that's a canvas. It's not recommended for babies to eat. What are you doing now? You're just twitching your tail in Clover's face and hoping that she... I don't even know. The 2 of them do not speak the same language. Sour cream is chip dip. I
fight me. Sour cream is chip dip. If I'm gonna get a taco from like Taco Bell or something, it had better have sour cream on it, because why else would you get a taco from Taco Bell? Hello from Argentina. Thank you. Alright. That was just like some little bits of this color. Let's do a bigger section. Unfortunately, like there's a big chunk of this in the body, and I am definitely gonna run out and not be able to do all of it. So I'm trying to do like some of the smaller sections so it won't be like as obtrusive when I run out. If I have like a bunch of half stitched squares until I can get to the store and get some more of this color. Please. Everyone always looks at me funny when I tell them I absolutely love sour cream. What can I say? The flavor is amazing. I mean, sour cream is delicious. Now I want Doritos Locos Tacos with sour cream. Like, they put sour cream flavor on other chips, like sour cream and onion and stuff like that, so like it shouldn't come as that much of a shock to put it on other types of chips. It does not belong solely. Yeah, sour cream with sour cream and onion chips. Delicious. It shouldn't be questioned. It should be accepted as that. This is the way. I'm running out of that strand. Now I feel snackish. I want snacks. I want snacks. Someone bring me snacks. They're all upstairs and I can't snack while I stitch. I've tried. It doesn't end well. Especially on tacos. Sour cream on tacos. That was my thought process. Absolutely. Okay, I need to do something with my hair because it is falling out of its bun and it is a disaster. Ah, I'm shedding. Don't like it. Up in a bun. There we go. None of my clothes fit right today. Nothing feels comfortable. I think it's just because it's so dang hot. Sir, what do you have? A table leg. He has wrapped himself around the table leg. He's such a goblin. I already had dinner, now I want a loaded potato with extra sour cream. Y'all, stop it! I can't go to the store. I can't go to the store and get snacks. I can't go to the store and get potatoes. I'm out of potatoes. I have no snacks. I have no treaties. I just want treats.
Stop trying to go through the whole act of the gray. You don't belong in there. Yeah, I was stuck in the rain because we got 75 millimeters in 16 hours. I don't know how big that is. I'm American. We do imperial. I have no... Hold on, I have a ruler. 75... So, 75 millimeters is 7.5 centimeters, which is 3 inches of rain. Okay, 3 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain. That's a lot of rain. What are Fudgios? You had Fudgios. Is that like an Oreo, but like made of a brownie? That sounds good. Now I want brownies with Oreo filling. Damn it! I have no snacks. It's raining really bad here. Do you live in Texas? No. Kaley lives up in Canada. Hence the millimeters that I had to convert. 3 inches. Yes, 3 inches. Like a fudge Oreo. What is it? Yeah, is that a Fudgio? Is a fudge Oreo? I've never had that before. I've never heard of that before. We should do metric. We should do metric. That being said, I can't convert metric in my head. I have learned Fahrenheit and Celsius a little bit. The ratio is like 2 to 1-ish. Close enough. Close enough for most days. When my kid has to tell me like how the temperature has changed from yesterday to today. And so usually it's like, the temperature has gone up 2 degrees in Fahrenheit and 4 degrees in Celsius. And I'm like, that's not right. It should be like 1 degree in Celsius if it's gone up 2 in Fahrenheit. So you did something wrong there, kid. Let's go check that thermometer again. But it's not exactly a 2 to 1 ratio, so. Chocolate wafers with a fudge fill. Ooh, okay, so it's fudge in the middle. Okay. 2.54 centimeters is an inch. That's not a nice number to convert in my head. I'm just gonna have to accept it on a ruler. So waiting to eat here. You beat me to the math. I literally pulled out a ruler and like looked at where it was and like matched it up. Salem, Lucifer, and Stormy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Are you on Twitch? I am. I'm on both. Ah! As I attack the phone. I'm so sorry, TikTok. I got a little aggressive there. I didn't mean to. It actually kind of hurt my hand. It happens when you punch a phone. I don't recommend it. Metric is all zeros. That's okay. It's easier numbers. I know. I definitely understand that metric is way easier. I 100% support the United States moving to the metric system. 100%. That being said, I will be the generation who can't freaking figure it out. Even though I do genuinely understand it's easier. What is even happening here? Can you not thread? What the? No! I don't like it. Well, you went through when you weren't supposed to. Get out of there. Okay, now, can the gray come through nicely? Probably not. Nope, it's being dumb. I will fix this. The thread is not going to beat me today. Okay. You also came through where you weren't supposed to. Okay, there we go. Fixed. Done.
a little clean snip on the end so I can feed it back through the needle. Easier. Wednesday, don't you even dare. She can't get to it. Tiny goblins. Tiny goblins everywhere. Oh, for the love of all things holy. This is why you leave your ends under, kids, because otherwise you just want to jump through the holes with everybody else and come back to the front. They don't belong. And you end up fighting the entire time. You would think I would learn, but I don't. I just make the same mistakes over and over. It's fine. So many things here use both. A person's height, that's in feet and inches. The length of a road, that's feet too. Length of the road is in kilometers. What? Why? Why would they go back and forth like that? Just pick one. Pick one, Canada. I understand that, like, America's right here. We're not that cool. Don't listen to us. It's a mistake. Everything we've done is a mistake. Melanie, your back has been working on that this year. Oh, thank you. You shall prevail. I do. I will prevail. Eventually, my count will be higher than the threads. Eventually. We're pretty close right now. The thread has me 3-2. I keep a running score on Twitch of who's winning me or the thread. Where am I jumping to? Jumping to here. And then go. I have to count. What do I have to count to? 5. I can count to 5. Right? I can do it. Okay. Ah, I have a chart on how to measure like a Canadian. Oh my gosh. That's really funny. Why do I keep dropping my needles? Stop it. Oh my gosh. See this little black coming through here? Yep. Now it's a whole tail. Get out of there. You don't belong. I fixed it. It just really wants to be a part of the party on the front. Every stinking stitch, I swear. Ridiculous. I seriously consider moving out of the United States because it's getting wild here. Same. I kind of can't. I'm kind of stuck here, at least for the time being, but big same. Do you guys judge the distance away from the next city or town by the distance or how long it takes you to get there? By how long it takes to get there, but I am a West Coast girl, so everything is how long it takes to get there. I think it's helpful because, like in Southern California especially, depending on the time of day, the distance literally doesn't matter. It could be 10 miles, it could be 100 miles, it's going to take you 2 hours. So knowing how far away something is knowing that something is X miles away is not a helpful bit of information when telling someone like when to leave or when to be somewhere. So when people say like, oh, how far away did you live from LA? For the longest time, I legitimately didn't know how many miles away from LA I lived. I knew that I lived an hour and a half to 2 hours away from LA. And that was because it was only 14 miles. 14 miles, but that's an hour and a half to 2 hours away from LA. Unless you're going in the middle of the night, then it's like 20 minutes. Because that's how bad traffic is. And so when people ask you, like, how far away is something there, you ask them, like, well, when are you going? Or when do you want to be there? And you give them, like, this is how long it's going to take you. Especially because, like, people from other areas don't realize how bad the traffic is. Or how bad it can be. COVID, when everything was locked down and no one was on the freeway, I drove up to LA at one point. 20 minutes. In the middle of the day. It was insane. I was like, I've literally never driven to LA this fast that wasn't at like 3 o'clock in the morning. How do you determine when to leave for appointments? Because I know traffic changes. It depends on when the appointment is and where the appointment is. So basically everything is roughly a half an hour away for the most part. Like just basic half an hour away. Unless it's at a traffic time of day, and then it also depends on what direction you're going. So like if you're going with traffic or against traffic. So it's if you're going from Anaheim to Irvine at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're gonna have a bad time. If you're going from South Orange County to North Orange County at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're gonna have a bad time. So you gotta know which direction you're going, where you're coming from and going to, and then like what time of day the traffic is for those particular freeways. But I grew up there, so all of that comes second nature to me. And so now, like, living in like semi-rural Maryland, it's super weird that like it doesn't matter what time I leave for stuff, it takes about the same amount of time to get there. That's super weird for me. Unless we're going into DC. But we've only gone into like DC once and Alexandria like once. Because we're hermits. I'm a hobbit and I want to live in my hobbit hole. I don't want to go on adventures. Actually, I do want to go on adventures, but just like little ones. It's hard for me to measure by time because Texas is so huge. I always leave my house an hour before I have to be anywhere. I also have a panic attack if I'm late anywhere. Yeah, California's huge like that too. But also, you don't have to go far in California for it to just take fucking forever. But, yeah. I normally keep my tail short to prevent that. I probably should cut my tail shorter. Honestly, I probably should. I'm living in LA for almost 2 years without a car every day is a bad day to go anywhere. Yeah, living without a car in LA is freaking impossible. The public transportation in California is a freaking joke. I rode a bus for a long time when I was in college for a couple years, and it's impossible. It's basically impossible. I would have to leave so early for school that I would like get to school and I'd go to the student lounge and like nap for several hours because I couldn't catch a later bus because there were no other buses that would get me to school on time, and like just crap like that. It's obnoxious. I can't do being late either. I grew up being taught early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. Yep, same. I actually made a couple videos a while back about somebody had said like, are you always early? Or are you, what was it? It was like, are you always late ADHD or are you like unacceptably early ADHD? And I was just like, I will always be early. How did I do this? Hold on. I made like an extra stitch where I shouldn't have. So let me fix that before I get too much further. I have glue stuck to my finger. How did that even happen? I haven't glued anything in at least 20 minutes. I'm always early. And somebody in my comments was like, you just have to learn how to be elegantly late. And I was like, how does one go about being elegantly late? Like, I don't even... That does not compute. Like, there is... I don't believe that that exists. And they were like, yeah, you still get ready at the exact same time, and then you just sit around for 20 minutes before you leave your house. And you'll be 20 minutes late, 30 minutes late. And I was just like, no. For several reasons. One, then I'm late, and then I feel like everybody hates me because I'm late, or I'm in trouble because I'm late. And also, two, like, being late in California, like, to an appointment or, like, to a whatever, is, like, a huge no-no. They will just, like, legit cancel your appointment if you're late. And then, like, three, when other people are late coming to, like, my house or doing something with me, I get so freaking stressed out. Like, so stressed out. Okay, so I have a friend here in Maryland who I knew back when I lived in Washington. I only lived in Washington for a few months. But I had this... Oh my god, I made another mistake. Hold on. I'm talking too much and not paying enough attention to my stitching. I have an extra half stitch where it does not belong. I'm fixing it. Don't worry. This is how you frog. Frogging is unpicking your stitches. Just very gently go under the top one and pull it out. And then very gently go under the bottom one. And you just have to do one at a time. It's a nightmare. Anyway, so we have met up with them twice. My friends from Washington. Twice since we've been here. And both times, she has been an hour late. And I get so stressed out. And like the first time, we went to a trampoline park. So I paid for my kids to jump for an hour thinking she would be there any minute. And then they didn't show up until my kids' hour was up. And so I had to pay for another hour for them to all like play together. And like that was stressful in and of itself. And then, for the love of all things holy, okay. That goes there. And then we're gonna backtrack. One, and then go down two, and then jump over to the middle. Holy heck. And then like the second time we met up to like go on like a little hike down by the beach. And like I drove up to like where she lives, which is like, or like near where she lives-ish, which is like a 45-minute drive for us. So like we get there and we're like waiting. And waiting. And like finally, like I'm trying to message her, but I don't have her phone number. So I'm like trying to message her through like Facebook. And like she's not responding to Facebook Messenger. And like I don't even know if she's seeing my messages. And finally she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We'll be there in like 15 minutes. So another like 25 minutes goes by and we're still like sitting there at the playground waiting for them to arrive so we can like go on our hike and go to the beach or whatever. And like by the time she gets there and we like finally get down to the beach together, I was like, I gotta go in like 20 minutes because like I still have to drive an hour back home so my kids can have dinner. Like I didn't plan for you to be an hour late. And I was just sitting there so stressed out the entire time. So I have decided that in the future, we will go to play dates that include other people as well, and probably not ones that are just our two families one-on-one, because I was so incredibly stressed out. Sitting there for like an hour and being like, are we in the wrong place? Did I mix up the day? Did I mix up the time? Like, I don't know what's happening. And like, this is a new state. And like, we were at like a state park or something like that. And I was like, I legitimately don't even know if we're in the right place. I went and harassed the park ranger like twice, being like, am I in the right spot? Here's what my friend said. This is where we're supposed to meet them. Am I in the right spot? And this poor park ranger's like, yes, this is where you're supposed to be. This is the only place she could have possibly been talking about. I was just like, okay, promise? I am a ball of social anxiety. Please don't be late if you're coming to hang out with me, because I will think that you have ditched me in favor of cooler people or better things to do, or forgotten me completely. And to be honest, it wouldn't be the first time that's happened. So, I'm a raging ball of anxiety. Rawr. What do you do with them? They're cute. I hang them up on my wall. I have like a whole big wall filled with Pokemon hoops. I'm always late, but now I know how to call. Yes, and please call me if you're gonna be late and reassure me that I'm okay. That it's gonna be okay. Always early. Elegant late. That is gorgeous. I cannot be elegantly late. Rawr. Please. I will be quietly crying to myself and then never admit it to you in person that I was quietly crying to myself, thinking that you were not going to be there. But I can tell you, because you're the internet. I will tell you, internet. I cried. Oh, I get so stressed out. I'm just gonna be a hobbit and never leave my house again. Okay, thanks. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. My partner's a huge help whenever I get like that to keep me on track and keep me calm. My man does a great job of calming my anxiety. He's helped me so much with my anxiety disorder. And he does make me talk to people to order my food. I have really bad social anxiety. My partner is also really amazing for stuff like that. The problem is he was not there with me. I did call him and he did try to like calm me down and be like, it's okay, just wait a little longer, it's gonna be okay. Like, she probably got stuck in traffic, which is what happened. She got stuck in some type of traffic or something. But either way, I was like, okay, we can't do after school play dates anymore during the school week, because by the time you guys are ready for play date, my kids are ready for dinner. My kids go to bed really early compared to most other kids, as it turns out. But we homeschool, so my kids sleep with the schedule that works for their neurodivergent brains. Although we are going to be pushing back their bedtime a bit when they get back from spring break with their dad, because the sun's out later. Their bedtime's going to be pushed back a little bit for the summer. That's usually what we do. We usually wait until the summer to push their bedtime back, but I would have left at that point because I'd feel unappreciated. Yeah, that's kind of where I was at, but my kids were really excited, and we haven't had a whole lot of play dates since we moved to Maryland because we don't know anybody other than them, really. So I like felt obligated to stay because of the kids. But yeah, like I said, in the future, I'm just going to set a personal boundary in my head that we just are not going to go to the after school play dates because we homeschool. My kids are done with school. They were done with school at like 2, no, not 2. They would have been done at like noon today, except my daughter then went on a tangent and didn't want to do her last worksheet, which, okay. So it did end up taking her longer. But there are some days that my kids are literally done with their schoolwork at noon. So but they are public school kids. Her kids go to public school. And so like for them, after school play date is at like, she said 3 o'clock, but then they didn't show up until 4. And so by the time we got down to the beach at like 4:30, I was like, we gotta go because we eat dinner at 5:30 and I have an hour drive home. So like, that sucks. Now my kids only get to play for half an hour, and we spent 2 hours in the car total there and back, and an hour waiting for a half hour of playtime. And like it's just not worth it to me. Like, as hard as it is to make other friends, like, I think we need to make other friends that are closer to our house and or that have different availability to hang out with us. So, boundaries are hard. Friendships as an adult are impossible. I'm not good at it. I have never been good at making friends. Ever in my life. That's it. I'll figure it out someday. Grace's Boutique, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Andyland Stitchery, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you too. August, sir, are you climbing in that box again? He really loves this box. And like the lid closes, like if the little flappies close on top of him, and I think he just likes to like be in there like a little cave. And then like if his sister walks by, he like pops out of it. Oops, sorry, I attacked the camera again. He like jumps out of it and like tries to scare her. Silly kitten. As if she didn't see you jump in there. I'm trying thread gridding for the first time and now my brain hurts. Oh, I have never actually tried thread gridding. I don't know. I've never actually tried it. Good luck. I'm sorry your brain hurts. I hope that it works out. August, sir. Okay. Now he has taken a little plastic cup and he is batting it around the floor and it's so loud. August, my love. This cat has my whole stinking heart. Like, he's so cute. Oh, no. August. Please, sir. Hold on, he's on the far side of the room. If he comes back over here, he's batting it still. I don't know if you can see it from here. It's kind of dark on that side of the room. Hold on. Maybe I can take a video with my other phone. Hold on. Sir, oh my god, you just did a full somersault. Okay, I'm gonna take a video of it. Of him just being an absolute goober with this little plastic cup. Oh, he's behind the table. Dang it. Okay. I'm gonna try and take a video and I'll try and post it. Wait, come back! You're so cute carrying your cup! Dang it! He walked away. I can't see him. Hold on. I'm gonna get up and go take the picture. Or take the video.
Sir, may I see your cup? May I see you? Where's your cup? Go get it. Where's your toy?
He walked away from it. He ditched it.
Where's your toy, buddy? Go get it.
Oh, you butthead. Now you won't get it? Now that I'm interested and I wanna watch you play with his cup? Wednesday, go back the cup for him so he gets interested in it again. Hey. Hey. Ow, don't knock me over.
Fine. Okay. He doesn't want to be on video holding his cup because he just went and flopped down right in the middle of the hallway. So, this cup. I swear. I absolutely love him. He's so adorable. I do love him. He is the sweetest little simpleton. He has 2 brain cells rocking around up there. And by George, when they bang together and make a spark, this happens. He's so sweet. He's playing with it again because I'm not sitting there watching. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It is absolute. Come here. Get it. Get it, Bubba's. Get it. Get up. Get up. Get it. Oh, now Wednesday's playing with it. What are you gonna do, August? Wednesday picked it up in her mouth. All right, I have a video of Wednesday picking it up in her mouth and running away with it. So I will post that over on the Discord. Don't forget to highlight. Oh yeah, I need to highlight. Maybe it's 3 and they're playing Hog? I don't understand.
Clover, I know. Clover's telling me it's almost bedtime.
She knows that it's almost bedtime. We still have like 10 more minutes. Rude. Oh my goodness. Stop nuzzling me with your wet nose. Hi, Wednesday. Okay, so. The trick is not to talk to the creature when they're playing. Oh God, August. I always talk to them when they're playing. They know that about me. I never shut up. He's so loud. He's absolutely so loud in his little cup. It's literally like an empty applesauce cup. Like, it's clean. We like save them and like I use them for like kids' arts and craft projects and like stuff like that because they're great for all kinds of stuff. But he found a empty one on my kid's desk and is just absolutely going to town playing with it. They're absolutely chaos kittens. Hello, sir. I can't keep a straight face. I can't stop looking at him. Dude, you are so loud. I think that's what Clover wanted. Clover wanted me to get them to stop. She gets so frustrated sometimes when they're playing really loudly. Oh my God, are we skateboarding again? Or are you just knocking everything over? I tell my kids every day, like, hey, guys, we should really clean up our desks because, you know, the cats come down here and knock everything onto the floor. Does anybody listen to me? How long am I going to be on tonight? Probably for about 10 more minutes. 10:30 my time, I go get ready for bed and I read for like, I'll probably only read for about half an hour tonight, honestly. Although last night I got distracted and read for like an hour and a half and I went to bed at like midnight. Let's just say I was super tired this morning. But I did finish Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief because I have never read any of the Percy Jackson books. So I finally sat down and read the first one. I finished it this morning. And yesterday when I was at the library, I picked up the second one. So I'm going to have to read that one as well and read through the series. Today, after I finished Percy Jackson, I started Witchlings, which I've heard very good things about. So I started reading that one today. And like I was saying earlier in the stream, I've already read 18 books so far this year. So I average about a book a week-ish. Right now I'm averaging more than a book a week. If I didn't dedicate so much time to cross-stitching, I would read a lot more. But I have a hard time splitting my time evenly between the two things because whenever I'm doing the one thing, that's all I want to do. So like when I'm cross-stitching, I don't want to stop to go read. I just want to keep cross-stitching. And when I'm reading, I don't want to stop reading to go cross-stitch. So that is my cross to bear. That being said, audiobooks don't freaking work for me because I have audio processing disorder. So I have to see the words in order to process them. So like when I watch TV, I have to watch with captions on. Because otherwise I can't figure out what's happening. So that is why a lot of times if I'm cross-stitching and I'm not on like a live with you guys, I will watch like Rachel Maxey YouTube videos with the captions on, because I can just kind of like, for some reason I can listen to her and also like it's like soothing like jazzy music usually that she like has on there and stuff like that, and like usually I don't need to know like the entire process of what she's doing. I can just get the gist of it when she shows like, oh, this is what I'm making. I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably the process she's gonna use because like I do crafty stuff too. So like I kind of understand where she's going with it, and I don't need to listen to like every single step that she talks about and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, seriously, these cats with the freaking zoomies right now. Akuma, cheers! Your wall has so many Pokemon monsters. It does. I am so excited. And so I took down a couple because I was showing them off earlier when we were talking about the different versions and whatever. Cheers, Akuma. I don't think I'm going to reach my points before you get off. When are you going live next? I go live on Wednesdays and Sundays at 7:30 Eastern time. So that's like my standard live stitching schedule. So yeah, that is kind of what I do. And I actually think I'm gonna stop right here for tonight from this section because this is the end of this little section of gray, and I'm gonna have to tie off anyway. And I'm like almost out of this piece of thread, so that's what we're gonna do. It's about 4:30 Western time.
What is Western time? I don't even know what Western time is. Pacific time, it should be like 7:30. So Western time would be like Hawaii? Yeah, Hawaii? Lumi would know. Lumi's playing D&D. She ditched us to play some D&D. I don't blame her. Okay. So that's gonna be it for the stitching tonight. I need to highlight. Washington, Idaho, Oregon. Oh, Pacific time. Oh, what time I start? Yes, I start about 4:30 Pacific time. Yes. Yeah, I'm in Eastern time now. I used to be in Pacific Standard Time, but yes. So I go live 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, and on Wednesdays and Sundays is my typical stream schedule. I am kind of hopeful. We'll see that I'm hoping to go live more often next week during the day, because my kids are going to be away for spring break, and they're going to visit their dad for spring break, and so I will actually be able to like do what I want to do during the day, because I won't have to worry about homeschooling and stuff like that. So I am hoping that I will be able to sneak in a few little lives during the day, because my partner's still going to be working in his office. So yeah, I kind of have like that in my brain, but I also have like a lot of stuff I want to do. Like I want to get a bunch more work done on the shiny Pokemon patterns so that I can get those up for the Patreon members to start unlocking, because I think that's going to be super fun. I am gonna put up the poll for like next month's Pokemon patterns for the Patreon members and some stuff like that. So I do have like a lot on my plate of like stuff that I want to get done. For my Kit of the Month Club members, I got really overzealous last weekend, and I like worked all weekend to get version 2 patterns up, not realizing that it was like the beginning of the month and I needed to put the kits together, because time blindness is super fun. So this weekend I'm gonna be sitting down and putting the kits together, and I will hopefully be trying to get those mailed out on Monday. I usually I'm gonna be trying to get them mailed out like the first week of the month. But this month, because I lost track of time and my partner is not here to help me, usually like if something like this came up and I like lost track of time, I'd be able to squeeze in like a couple hours of work in the evenings, because he would make dinner. And he's not here to do that this week because he's on a business trip. So I'm literally like homeschooling my kids, single parenting it. Spring break is next week, so my kids are like bouncing off the walls, and I'm like trying to do all of the stuff because it's like the beginning of the month. So I just like spaced, and I promise I will get it out. It just probably won't be until Monday, unfortunately. So that said, end of stream. Blah. I would appreciate it if you would stay and watch, but I understand if you don't want to. But I just have to go through, you know, the blurby stuff, and I do all of this like at the end. That way, if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. Especially like if you're watching a recap or things like this, or I say the same thing basically every time. But my Patreon and my Etsy shop are how I help support my family, and like I said, this is a part-time job, and this does not come close to paying the bills, but I am a disabled LGBTQ plus content creator and artist, and this is what I can do to try to help my family. So this is what I do. So with all of the love in the world to my patron supporters, you guys mean so much to me, because you guys help me continue doing what I'm doing. So thank you so much, in no particular order, to Sarah, Allyson, Melanie, Giordan, Kaley, Alexandra, Chelsea, Shirley, Lynn, Amber, Lisa, and Demented Lemming, aka Avril.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for helping me continue to keep doing this for you guys and for me, because this is good for my mental health as well. If you want to learn how to cross stitch and you don't know how to cross stitch, you can follow the link in my bio. I have a how to cross stitch guide. If you're over on Twitch, is it posting? That's the link in my bio. When I say link in bio, you can click on that and get links to all of the things I'm about to talk about. So through the link in my bio, I have a how to cross stitch guide. I'm also working on a how to cross stitch video tutorial series. Again, that is something I'm hoping to put some more work into next week when my kids aren't here and I can actually record during the day and not have to try to do everything at night. So I'm hoping to put together some more videos for how to cross stitch so that you can learn outside of just my TikTok lives and my Twitch lives, where I like talk you through the process as I'm actually doing it. You can like just watch little 1-minute video clips and learn each of the little steps. So that's the plan. In the link in my bio, I do have a link to my Etsy shop as well as my Patreon page. My Etsy shops, all of my Pokemon patterns are $5 a piece. If you become one of my Patreon supporters, I have a few different tiers. I have a $7 tier, which gets you 2 brand new patterns every single month. And you get all-time access to Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and Pikachu. And then the other 2 are new each month and they rotate out each month. My $12 tier gets you access to my entire library of Pokemon patterns. I currently have 44, I think, up. And I promise to add at least 4 new ones every single month. This month I actually added 8. I kind of went a little bit overboard, but it does happen. So there are 8 brand new patterns in the library as of April 1st. I also have one more tier for Patreon, and that is our $50 tier. That is our Kit of the Month Club, and what that means is I put together an actual kit of all the stuff you need to cross-stitch your own Pokemon, and I mail it to you every single month. So it's just like a book box of the month club or things like that. It's a Pokemon Hoop Kit of the Month Club. So it comes with your frame and your cloth and all of the DMC floss that you need. It comes with the pattern, a how-to guide. Your first box will contain a how-to guide, and it will also contain a needle and a needle minder. Subsequent boxes will just contain the rest of the stuff that you need to make that particular kit. It's not going to come with a needle and the how-to guide every single time because you will already have those. But it'll come with, you know, the cloth, the DMC floss, the hoop, the fabric. We were talking earlier about how on the back of, when you finish off the back of the hoop, you can put a piece of felt on the back. I include that in my kits so that you can do that, as well as like the floss that you need to stitch up the back and everything. So like I said, everything you need to stitch your own. If you are interested in any of the things that I use, or if you want to know like what brand of fabric do you tend to use, or what brand of floss do you recommend, or things like that, I did put together a blog post that details all of the things that I personally use, including the shop where I got my needle minder, the shop where I got my bobbin holder that I use, and things like that. I am gonna keep adding to it because I've remembered like a few things that I didn't include, like my ducky dice, even though like those are silly or whatever. And like I need to include a link to like E6000 and like just some random little stuff like that. But I do have links to all of the rest of the stuff that I use through there if that is something that you're interested in. Another question that I get a lot, I didn't get tonight, but I get a lot, is like what craft stand that I use. So like all of that's linked through there. If you want to connect outside of Twitch or TikTok, I do have a public Discord server. It's a really great community. We do things like a self-care challenge, as well as we do TTRPGs. We have a crafting section and all kinds of stuff like that. If you are a Patreon member, I do also have a patrons only Discord server where you can ask me questions one-on-one. You get some sneak peeks into like what I'm working on behind the scenes. It's hard for me to like film things and put things up on Patreon and stuff like that, so it's easier for me to connect with you guys through the Discord server for a lot of like the behind the scenes things. But one of the really cool things that I've started doing over there is, as I'm working on designing my new patterns, I've been going live and screen sharing
as I'm designing the patterns, so you guys can kind of see my process and what I do and how I do it. So that is not something that I have any plans to be sharing on Twitch or TikTok or YouTube or any of those things. That's going to continue to stay a Patreon exclusive thing, is like my process. It's like me being live on here, except I'm designing patterns. And I'm listening to different music because I can. So my live streams, I put the recordings of them up on YouTube, usually about 24 to 48 hours afterwards. I just now posted Sundays. I've been behind, I'm sorry. I've just been, life is crazy right now. It'll get better. It's fine. When my partner gets back, I'll have more free time and more sanity. It's gonna be okay. But if you would like to connect with me outside of TikTok, just in case the TikTok ban goes through, I do recommend following me over on either Twitch or YouTube. Join my Discord server, something like that. Try and find me outside of TikTok just in case. And if the TikTok ban doesn't go through, I do plan to continue doing things the way that I'm doing them now. I actually really like doing the dual lives with the dual chat rooms. It's kind of fun and silly. So that's my plan, is to continue doing things the way that I'm doing them. But I am moving a lot of my TikTok content over to YouTube just in case the ban does go through. I won't have lost all of the time and energy that I have put into this channel. But with that said, thank you guys so freaking much for joining me. You guys are amazing, and my stream nights are seriously like the most fun I have all week. My stream nights make me so happy. Oh my gosh, I have had it say cross-stitching Eevee up here at the top of this all night. Let me fix that now, right at the end of the stream, because this is what I do. Umbreon. There we go. Hopefully I spelled that right. Alright. I literally do this every single time. I always forget to change the title out. But that's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I will see you guys on Sunday. Like I said, I go live on Wednesdays and Sundays at 7:30 Eastern Time. That's 4:30 Pacific Time. And I stream for about 3 hours. So with that, good night. I love you all. Thank you all for coming.